today. We got Casey Overby as the co-captain today.
What?
He actually had a wrestling match with Hilton, beat him for, like, he's just now going to be the host.
Snapped his neck, so he's
Hilton's
not with
no
us
longer
today.
co-host anymore, so. Bit of a deal. I was asking you about the fucking drink. You got the cherry freeze here.
Yeah. So a lot of people hate on Prime because Logan Paul, and by no means do I drink Prime because of Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Honestly, the reason I started drinking them is they actually are crazy hydrating. Like, I'm not even joking. So, like, anytime I train, like, at jiu-jitsu, I go through, like, 4 waters. I don't even finish one Prime throughout my time training. So it's just, like, because I hate stopping and going to drink anyways. But, like, with that, I can just down, like, half of it before class, and I'm good.
Have you seen the, like... I don't know if they're unique flavors or not, but like the logoing and shit is different for UFC 300 and then WrestleMania. They both had their own individual Prime bottles.
Oh,
the UFC 300 one is like all black with gold lettering.
That was just a different flavor. Yeah. It was.
What was the flavor?
It was UFC 300 flavor. Tasted just like UFC 300.
So it was fucking badass.
I don't know what the flavor was. It didn't have it on there. It literally said just UFC 300. It was
same with the WrestleMania.
It was like a lemony flavor. It wasn't that great, but the bottle was pretty cool, I guess.
Word. Yeah, you're about to go to you're going to the Conor fight.
I don't know if I'm going anymore.
Really?
Man. Yeah. I actually looked at tickets when they dropped, and so I mean,
it's a Conor fight.
I usually get, so there's like 3 levels. There's like the bottom level, which is like hella expensive. Then there's the middle level, and then there's the top shitty. I usually, every time I go to the fights, I try to get the bottom half of the middle level, which usually I spend anywhere from like $700 to $1,000 for a ticket, right? The Conor one, the cheapest one, so the highest level, as high as you can go, is $3,000. So the seats that I want,
holy fuck, dude!
Now the seats that I want are about $14,000. So I was like, man, I might be missing on that one, but yeah. So unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to make that.
That's fucking insane. Do you think they have financing for shit like that? Like, not like necessarily layaway, but pay up until you get there?
No, they probably do. They probably have, what's that
Jesus.
shit? What's that thing?
Oh.
Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's like a...
Klarna, or not Klarna. Is it Klarna?
I don't know, but a lot of stuff has it now. Like, when you go to check out, like,
it's
Amazon,
like pay now, or buy now, after pay. Fuck,
That's
dude.
it.
We're all around that.
Yeah.
That's fucking terrible.
But I bet they do.
That's insane, dude. I mean, obviously everybody know Conor brings the fucking money and the attention.
It was already like 70% sold out.
But that's insane for that to be that drastic.
Prices. Yeah. No, that's wild.
And that's at T-Mobile?
Yeah.
Damn. I was thinking, like, if he's going to come back, I thought he would have been a little more asky, like, yo, what's up with Allegiant Stadium? You know?
Man,
like my comeback fight. I don't know what the holdoff has been. Like, I'm sure there's a few things that like why it's been a little longer, but why it's been this long.
Steroids for sure is part of it.
Yes, that fully
also,
healing
dude,
the leg,
even
the
though
movie.
Even though it is happening, like, I don't think he really cares. He's gonna go in there and
I was having this talk with somebody, I think a few podcasts ago, but I think, do we need Conor in a fight? No, we don't.
No,
Conor is still stuck on that image of people seeing him with a belt.
Yeah.
And knowing that he's that guy.
Yeah.
And he can't let that go. He doesn't need the money.
No.
I mean, is the money going to be nice? Yeah. But is it going to even affect his life? No. His life is going to be the same.
Well, I think it's like...
And he doesn't need it for, like, getting more movies.
No,
or getting more
he's still holding on to that idea. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a sport he started at a young age. He put his whole life into it, right?
Yeah.
So, like, it's one of those things, like, he still wants to be good at it. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like one of those things, I'm sure it's hard for him to be like, damn, my time's passed. You know, it's hard to let go.
Yeah. Can you imagine becoming imagine you just became the greatest at jiu-jitsu, like, in a 5-year span.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I have so much money. I'm dizzy. I don't even know what to fucking do. Like, what can I even do?
Like, you know, like everybody says, the hunger's not there, obviously.
And then it
can't be. It's not his fault.
And then you have literally... I mean, the sport's evolving so fast that the killers are younger and younger, faster, better than you were at the age that you found the sport.
Yeah.
Like...
No, I mean, he gets a lot of hate, man. It's kind of crazy. Which is really unfortunate, man, because if you talk to Derek, dude, I was talking about Conor McGregor way before anybody knew who he was, dude. Like, I remember being pumped about his Max Holloway fight, which no one even knew who he was when he was fighting Max Holloway, right? Like, that was forever ago. So it sucks that everybody hates on him so much, especially because too a lot of his his losses that everybody's like, oh, he hasn't won in however many years. It's like, okay, he lost to Khabib and Dustin Poirier. Like, those aren't just like these. And also, not only did he lose to him, like he didn't just get starched, right? Like he didn't get like annihilated. Like the Khabib fight was the same as it was against everyone else that Khabib fought. Yeah, Conor didn't do any worse than anyone else, right? And coming off of like 2-year layoffs at that too. Like
that's true.
It's I don't know. People are gonna hate on you when you're really good. You know, that's just kind of how it is.
Yeah, regardless. And by the time you get to the top, you're always going to be fighting people that more or less deserve to be there. Yeah, you might get somebody
and the problem with Conor though is he can't just be like, all right, yeah, let me get a warm up fight, let me get a fight after that, and then I'll fight. Connor's like, oh, I've been off 2 years doing drugs and just doing all this crazy partying. I want Khabib. All right, 2 years off again. I want Dustin Poirier. It's like, dude, come on. Yeah, like, that's not gonna.
The only kind of throwaway fight that they gave him in that kind of sense was the Cowboy fight.
Yeah.
But even then, it's like Cowboy's a fucking maybe not on the level of Conor,
right?
And like it is wild how Cowboy kind of came out to that fight. He just got stunned like right away.
Yeah.
I don't know if like the pressure got to him. I know he did interviews and stuff and talked about it, and he says just some days you just don't show up.
Yeah, and dude, people just have this idea that like Conor just isn't good, and it's like,
yeah,
the dude's good, all right. Just because he got beat by Khabib and Dustin Poirier doesn't mean the dude's not good. And like, I don't know,
the Dustin fights literally could have went either way.
Oh,
all of them,
absolutely,
like all of them, including the very first one.
Yeah, well, and the one where he broke his leg, bro. The leg kicks he was throwing were hard as fuck.
Hard as fuck.
Like, dude, whenever he threw that first one, I was like, holy shit, dude. Like,
dude, the leg kicks in that fight were like, you know when any, like, radio announcer or whatever is like, yo, John Jones kicked my leg. It's harder than the hardest, like, attempted leg kick on those people. And he's throwing them every single time.
Right. I don't know. It's just funny to me how a lot of people, like, talk shit about how, like, oh, he's coming out fighting Khabib and Dustin. Why is he doing this? But it's also, like, that's what made him who he is.
Yeah, why would he take a lesser fight? You would look at him like, why are we watching this?
Yeah, no, because he is that guy to be like, yeah, I'm gonna do crazy shit. I'm gonna fight Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean? Like, so that is what made him. But I always talk about how crazy would it be if there was an alternate universe. Imagine that he knocked out Floyd Mayweather. So imagine he leaves UFC, becomes double champ, goes to boxing. Imagine he knocked out Floyd Mayweather in like second or third round, comes back to the UFC, beats Khabib. And then retains and stays the double champ. Can you imagine that universe, bro? That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely insane.
Like right now, we can't even imagine him being bigger than he is now.
Yeah.
So like, who's the, like, if you had to think of athlete of all time, who's the biggest athlete of all time in the time that they were that?
Like worldwide?
Yeah, like
as crazy as it sounds, I would say Tiger Woods. Everyone in the world knows who Tiger Woods is. It's kind of crazy. A lot of people like write him off because like a lot of people aren't into golf. But dude, everyone knows who Tiger Woods is.
Yeah.
Like worldwide. Like people in China, people in all these third world countries, like everyone knows who Tiger Woods is.
That's
Tiger Woods and Michael
really
Jordan.
Good point.
They got to be the two. Like,
I was going to say MJ or Muhammad Ali just because of what they stood for in their time.
Yeah.
Popularity wise. Yeah. Not that they were literally the best because all of these people took losses.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I think Tiger Woods has got to be up there. I was actually watching a golf event on TV the other day, and it was like showing all the records, and it was just like random stuff, right? And it was like 30 records, and like 18 of them were Tiger Woods, and I was just like, and a lot of them were like he did it twice, you know what I mean? And I was just like, that's insane, man. Of course, soccer players too. Soccer players, just because it is a worldwide thing, that could be
like Pele or fucking
Ronaldo, Messi. You know, they're those are all big names. But it's kind of hard for like Americans to get it right because they're not as big to us. To us, we're like Tom Brady. You go somewhere else and ask about Tom Brady. They're like, what?
It's also true because like even an American athlete in general is only really advertised to Americans.
Yeah.
We're not trying to be like,
well, that's why it's so crazy about Tiger Woods is everyone knows. Bro, if you just put Tiger Woods in the middle of Tokyo, people are gonna be like, oh shit, picture.
Yeah, right? Holy fuck.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So everyone knows.
Also, it's kind of like a point to your fame if you can dress so casually, and people be like, "Are you trying to be Tiger Woods?"
Yeah.
Black slacks, red shirt, white hat. Like what?
Yeah.
That's Tiger Woods.
No, yeah, he's definitely got to be one of the most known for sure.
Yeah, and can you even imagine what that's got to feel like? And on top of having all that fame, all that money, still being like, I do still really love this sport and want to compete.
Yeah.
Even with all the criticism.
Right.
Like, say people fucking hate this movie. I think it was decent. Like, I think it was decent for what it was.
Oh, you're talking about Roadhouse?
Yeah. I think if you went into it expecting it to be better than the first, you're you're not.
Yeah.
No. Like,
I mean, I didn't even compare it to the first at all.
Yeah, it's a
I
different
thought it was a decent movie. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was funny. I thought Connor's character was funny. I thought it was exactly what he was supposed to be. You know what I mean? I think, again, people just want to hate on him, so they're gonna.
I would love to see him. Did you ever see that movie Pain and Gain with The Rock and Mark Wahlberg and they're doing steroids and shit?
Yeah.
I think he would be funny in a movie like that.
Yeah.
You know, where he's like kind of comedic, but then there are pretty similar to Roadhouse still, I guess. But like, or like you remember the movie The Gentleman?
I don't think I've seen that.
Or Gentleman's? It was it's like a foreign film. I say foreign film. It's Guy Ritchie, and it's about like a whole mess of different storylines going on at the same time. I'm pretty sure you've seen the movie. It's got Brad Pitt in it. He's like a fighter.
I don't know. Not really.
No, fuck no. That's that's a different movie.
Together, aren't you?
It's just like a mafia Oso style movie of like the UK and Ireland and all that shit. It's fucking hilarious. And it's like really quick and dry-witted. I think Matthew McConaughey is like the main guy.
You just named like 7 actors.
There's like 30 fucking A-list.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking crazy how many actors. I don't know how they do major movies like that. Like Ocean's 11.
Dude,
had
you know
like
which one
40 fucking
about?
guys.
You know which one has to have like the most though? Is
that movie.
This Is the End. Think about how many actors.
Oh yeah,
bro,
that's
was
crazy.
Like it was like Kevin Hart, Seth Rogen, Emma Watson, Danny McBride,
Rihanna,
Dave Franco, Rihanna.
It had,
like,
but
Craig, dude, there was so many. Like,
do you think they're able to afford that because they just have to pay an appearance fee, kind of thing, like a one thing?
I think a lot of them were just willing to take less money because
I don't know what the fuck this cartoon shit is, but
because they just like we're gonna have fun together.
Fucking review.
Oh dang, that's
but look, it's got like the dude from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah. I haven't seen it.
The dude straight back. God damn, what is his name?
And the glasses, I can't.
Yeah.
I don't know. But no, I have not seen that.
It's fucking great. Like this scene alone, he goes in there and these kids are acting like all badass, like they're gonna fuck this dude up, and then he just pulls some slick shit and just fucks all of them up.
Charlie Hunnam does, or
I can't remember his fucking name.
Why am I drawing a blank? He played Bullseye in Daredevil. Why can't I think of his name? Very extremely famous, and I'm drawing a blank.
He actually also has a sex tape.
That's kind of weird that you know that.
I didn't even know. It was like one of those random things that was on something where it was like, yo, this dude also has a sex tape. Why the fuck can we not even think of his first name?
I don't know. He's also in the new Fantastic Beast. He's the bad guy.
Oh, yeah. Fuck.
Unless I'm not...
And it's a super easy name.
Unless I'm thinking it's someone else. But it looks like Bullseye from Daredevil, bro. What's his name?
God damn it. It is... Oh, this is the fucking movie. No, the movie.
What? Why am I drawing such a blank? I should know that guy's name.
It's going to piss us off when we find out.
Mm-hmm. Very common actor. People are probably like, fucking idiots. I know this.
Okay, Colin Farrell.
God damn,
dude. That's dumb as shit. Guy Ritchie, Charlie Hunnam, Matthew McConaughey, Colin Farrell. Some of these actors I know, but I didn't know that was their name, like Giancarlo Esposito or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen that dude in a bunch of movies. But yeah, it's like one of those movies that's just like star-studded. It's an action crime film. It's fucking awesome. But it's like one of those movies where it's a bunch of different stories. They all kind of coexist amongst each other.
Mm-hmm.
because it's just telling like how it meshes together. It's awesome. But imagine having all that fame, going back to Connor, like not needing to be in movies, not needing, but still having the urge of wanting to have a fight.
Yeah.
You're not going to have an easy fight back.
No, not
and
at all.
The fucking world is going to be watching.
Oh, yeah. And they want you to lose. A lot of them.
Yeah, and just because you weren't on 300 or just because it's taking this long, there's going to be, like, things that are said like, oh, he's ducking people, or it's steroids, which we know he's on steroids.
For
That's
sure.
very well stated. But, like, it's going to be these things after these things that are why you're not the guy you were before.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that's going to hinder him moving forward is like game plan. Like you have to game plan correctly for the people that are now in the picture.
Yeah.
Because Islam is not an easy fight for literally anyone.
No.
Charles, same thing. You might have like a similar game plan, Gaethje and Dustin.
Yeah.
You know, because they're almost the same person.
Connor's always had kind of the same thing, though. He's always just had the chance of knocking you out, right? Just because he's so fast and he hits so hard, and he's like his distance management is just so good, right? So that was kind of always his thing, is he could just he just had that chance, and it's like, who knows if like Jose Aldo, for example. Let's just say he didn't hit that shot. He might have got mauled. He might have got his ass.
Imagine that
alternate universe. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
Jose's still on top. Imagine that. Or I guess then he wouldn't have lost it until Max.
Yeah.
And then Max would have been. I mean, all these people are still on top. Like Jose's fighting
Max
this
Holloway
weekend.
Looked amazing.
That is insane what he did. Like now, I don't know if you've seen the trend that everybody's doing the point down.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's starting to do it in these like amateur fights. Like, yeah, we get it. Like, but also you can't just give that credit to Max either. He did make it popular, but people have done that.
Oh yeah,
before.
people have definitely done that.
Because
it was just the fact that he did it when he didn't need to. Right?
Literally, people were doing it in PGF.
Yeah.
Like Elijah was like, "Come on!" Like,
yeah.
People were doing it to certain people that were running, but like that's why you do that. Like, hey, meet me right here.
Yeah.
Stop doing that. Stop running. What did you think about the PGF, dude?
Man, I thought it was cool. I thought it was. They were really good at like trying like keeping you involved and wanting you to keep up with it. I definitely think the rules need some adjusting.
There's some cool things they could do though.
Yeah, for sure. And look, here's the thing. It's the first time that it's like blown up. Like this is the first big event.
Yeah.
So like there's going to be things that need to be fixed, man. I don't think it went awful as far as like the rules go. I just think that they could definitely be tweaked. You know, there was a lot of times where
it's a gray area.
They were overdoing the stalling calls in some instances, but then, like in the finals, I thought that they could have called stalling about 3 or 4 times.
I think it was like at the very first day they called like maybe 1, but then you're like there was a few matches where you're like there could have been a few.
Yeah.
And then the second day I felt like maybe they did a little too many.
Yeah, for sure.
And then they kind of leveled out a few things, and I think AJ suggested this to them too. Getting the pit.
Dude,
the pit is the move for the next season.
We were talking about this like,
for 205 especially.
Before PGF, we were like, dude, the pit, forget karate or Muay Thai, whatever they made it for. Dude, it's perfect for jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
Because you can't run away. Not only can you not run away, but if you try, you fall. You know what I'm saying?
Or if you get in a leg entanglement and you're rolling, you're going to get stuck in a pin.
Or someone takes your back or whatever, right? So... Especially, like, imagine EBI overtime in a pit. You're not just rolling out of bounds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like So I think it works extremely well for jiu-jitsu because, like I said, if you do try to stall standing up and be like, all right, I'm not allowing a takedown, so they can't do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, takedown into a wall?
Well, if you back up on the wall and you slip, then guess what? We're doing jiu-jitsu now. Yeah. So I think it would be huge for jiu-jitsu. Also,
some people like during the PGF season that just happened, I did see, a bunch of people rolling out of bounds, but then you saw the refs holding them, and to some people, it is advantageous to have you being held there because you can get a better grip there without them rolling. So you eliminate that problem. The wall is holding everybody equally. Yeah. There is no one way or the other, one hand here.
I will never take anyone complain, like, because I've seen people complain about, I rolled out and the ref like held us weird. You rolled out, bro. Like, you shouldn't have done that. I don't know. Figure out an escape instead of just freaking out and barrel rolling into the corner. Like, I honestly love it when people like try to just think they can just roll out of bounds and the ref just holds them and lets them continue.
Yeah,
I love that because I'm like, all right, good job.
I will say this, and I'm still relatively new to the leg lock game. I've never seen it once taught that the escape is to just gator roll out of everything. There's technique to escaping things.
Yeah.
It's for your knee line.
I mean,
you know, it's like
initiating a re-roll, of course.
Yes.
But yeah, no, that's not the answer.
But I've never seen that once taught where it's just continue. No. It's always reset yourself, but you're freeing a body part. And yeah, you're going to be fucking stuck with these top-notch dudes. Like,
for sure.
Nobody, I don't think, look, Jamie Carnell did a great job. Wasn't he thrown in there like really last minute?
Yeah.
At least he had a really good time. And I know for a lot of people...
I think he got one finish, too.
I'm pretty sure he tapped somebody. But, like, for the most part, people were banking on trying to pick off the middle people.
Yeah.
You know, because you get to the top-level people, you're not really tapping anybody. A lot of those went to draws unless you caught somebody because they were being risky, too.
Yeah. Which that's how it's set up, right?
Yeah.
That's why these stalling calls happen, because he wants you to overextend. He wants you to kind of push the pace and make a mistake so that someone can capitalize on it.
Yeah, that's why the whole not keeping points in general, that's why it's sub only.
Yeah.
You know, it's like sub or go home.
I do think that the finale, not the 8, but the actual finale, like the final match, I think it should be no time limit sub only.
I just was saying that at Hilton. I was like, dude, that is so aggravating.
Even if it's like, a 45-minute match. It's one match. That's the only one. Make that one completely
I mean, look at who's number 1 or who's up next or whatever it was. They did a fucking 3-hour match.
Yeah. No, I think...
If it's one match, let it go. Let it
Yep.
ride, you know?
I think that's how it should be.
We say that. We would have been there till midnight and been like, fucking somebody shoot one of these guys. Get them the fuck out of here. Yeah, dude, it's tough, but I feel like for that to be...
If you're trying to figure out who's the best, I mean, that's... Like, don't get me wrong, I love EBI overtime. I think it's my
set up
favorite
for a
rule
solution
set.
fast.
Yeah. I think it's my favorite rule set as far as, like, what appeals to people. But I also totally understand the side of... If you're just smashing somebody for the whole time, and then now they get on your back, and it's like, wait, this dude would have never taken my back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I totally get that side, too.
So do you think EBI, like, overtime rules are better than ADCC overtime rules?
Yeah, I would say
because that's just golden score.
Yeah, I think, and look, here's the thing. A lot of people don't understand that EBI and ADCC is completely different. ADCC is a grappling competition, which includes, like, stand-up a lot more, right? It's a lot more focused on that. So you can be just a really good wrestler and do very, very well at
very
ADCC.
Good.
But if you are you could be Bo Nickel and go to EBI and you're going to get smoked, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter how good your wrestling is. This little scrawny, skinny guy can pull guard, and there goes 15 years of training in 2 seconds, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, I think ADCC's, I like watching it, I like keeping up with it, obviously, but I think it's definitely different, and if you're good at wrestling, it's gonna help you a lot more if you're in that realm.
I definitely agree there. The only issue I have with the EBI thing, and it's not even the thing itself, it's that some athletes will bait and waste their time to get there because they know they're so good at escaping.
Yeah, correct.
And that's so fucking aggravating.
I do like, though, that Eddie's starting to figure it out. You know, the stalling calls are coming along, and I really like the get down rule, where if you're just doing
30 seconds or something,
it's a minute, right? And if it's like if you're just hanging onto a collar tie and just pulling down on somebody, and you're not actually trying to get a takedown, then all right, cool. I'm gonna make you guys get on the ground because this is a jiu-jitsu match. This isn't a grappling match, right? And a lot of people want to get upset about that, but that's what it is. He wants to see a sub. He doesn't care about who has the hardest club. He doesn't care about who has a shitty double leg because let's be real, most of these guys don't have very good wrestling. If you watch like actual wrestling competitions and then you watch like a jiu-jitsu competition where guys who think they're good at wrestling, bro, it's completely different. Like, you can visibly tell, like, oh, these guys have no idea, like, compared to, even, like, if you watch college wrestling, you know what I mean? Like, D1 college wrestling, you're like, dude, these guys would smash these other dudes. So, I don't know.
it's remarkable the kind of skill level that comes with wrestling in general, just understanding the control of the body and positioning and stuff. Like, we just had a dude start at our gym. I think he started. I don't know. Maybe he's visiting, but his name's TJ.
Oh, yeah.
The big Super Mario looking dude.
Yeah.
That dude's got good control. I think he wrestled, right?
I don't know if he wrestled. I know he did, like, I forget what he said.
He just moves like a wrestler.
He was in another country doing something for a while. Okay. But yeah, he's picking up on things quick. Really big guy. Huge dude.
Yeah. Fucking, yeah, dude.
But he can catch that TP anytime. You know
just fucking
heard that Teej.
Get his ass.
Nah.
But yeah, dude. I fucking love the way PGF went. There were a few things and patterns I saw from certain competitors that were super aggravating. But I get it. Like, there's a lot of fucking money on the line.
There was also a couple that, if I'm being real, I'm like, why did
get there?
Why did y'all get there? I think there was probably about 2 or 3 of those guys.
Yeah, just knowing, like, what's around. Like, some of the people literally in our room Saturday that I was just like, these people could have just made a fucking run. I guess a lot of it comes to injury, time frame, like, right time, right moment.
Well, and apparently quite a few people had to pull out last minute. Like, there was quite a few people on the list that were pulling out and not able to make it. But
was there any big names that were on the list that didn't go?
I'm about to butcher this. Kaiwan Gracie?
I
don't know. He had to pull out. But yeah, I thought it was really cool how well Elijah did, man. Because I think a lot of people wrote him off. I think a lot of people were like, man, he's not gonna make it in this bracket. Throwing up those fucking triangles.
I think he knows how.
Hanato in under a minute. Dog.
Yeah,
that was wild.
He knows how to do a season really well.
Yeah, absolutely.
He knows it ain't about one fight, but you have to stay in it. You have to be like aware the entire time. A lot of people, I think, were like so nervous because like maybe they were going through or against Hanato or something.
Yeah.
So they were so like, oh, fuck.
No, for sure.
And Elijah was like, dude, it doesn't matter your body in front of me. I have to get points.
Yeah. Yeah, and
there were some really good people that, like, I thought Max was going to do much better because he was so good technically, but for whatever reason, he was not good at collecting points.
Yeah, name of the game, I guess. But yeah, I thought it was cool how well Elijah did, man. And I think, like I said, I think a lot of people wrote him off because they didn't think he was going to be able to hang. Because, you know, he doesn't compete at, like, all the things that they want to see.
Yeah.
He doesn't compete at IBJJF. He doesn't even do trials, you know what I mean? Like,
I did see him post about a lot of people bitching about the not doing trials thing.
Yeah. He's just, I mean, he just got that type of game, man. He really cool game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just...
You know, it'd be a nice dream match. Him and Craig, just to just to see them flow roll for like 30 minutes would be fun.
Such a good guard. I mean, bro, Andy didn't pass his guard.
Yeah,
the whole match he struggled whole time. Did not pass his guard. He's so tight, bro. His knees are just glued to his chest the whole time, and that's where those triangles come from, right? So
I could definitely tell that was a big part of Andy's game is getting north south.
Yeah,
and then start to work on
all of his game. That was it. Let me just jump north south, hold. Stalling, take your back.
Yeah.
Which, whatever. Look, he figured it out and played and did it. So fair.
He won the whole thing. And was that the biggest championship belt we've ever seen in our lives?
Yeah.
Who was that made for? The Big Show?
Know, but that was wild.
That was insane.
Giant it was. It looked like one of those Team Naga belts.
Yeah. I was walking out of the room and I heard, I think it was you be like, God damn, look at the belt. Yeah. And I was like, why would we look at the belt? And I looked and I was like, it's bigger than half of his chest.
Yeah, no, I think it was huge.
Yeah. It's insane. I don't know where they could have got that from, but.
And then this weekend we got EBI qualifiers. So Ryan's going to be...
Is that for Absolute?
Or? Yeah. Which is kind of annoying that... I don't know how Ryan didn't get an invite.
He is an active champion.
Like, I see a lot of people in there that Ryan definitely should have gotten an invite over. But hopefully he wins the qualifiers and he gets to go in there. Because I'd like to see him against quite a few people in there.
Yeah. Is that at HQ?
The qualifiers are in Austin. Ooh. Yeah. So... That'll be cool to watch this weekend.
Damn, that would have been a cool-ass trip.
Yeah.
Just go down there and support them and watch them.
Yeah.
That's at fucking On It still? Is the On It place where 10th Planet Austin is? Is that the same thing?
I honestly don't know. I know it used to be. When I went, it was like a giant fucking building, and it was like there was like a gym, and then there was like an MMA side, and then a jiu-jitsu side. Really nice gym, though.
How many 10 Planets have you been to?
A lot, dude.
Yeah, probably. I feel like every time I
would
see
say like
you,
30 or so, 30 or 40.
Jesus Christ! Every time I see you, you're in a new 10th Planet kit.
Yeah.
From a location. And
well, just traveling for work, I try to. Usually, there's always one within like 30 minutes to an hour, right? So I just try to go hit those and get some work in and meet everybody.
This is one thing I want to complain about being affiliated with 10th Planet, and this isn't probably not anywhere anybody thinks I'm going with it. Why is there not just a 10thplanet.com that you can get all the kits?
Yeah.
From anywhere?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Because there's like this... It's not Little John. I fuck up the name every goddamn time, but their 10th Planet logo looks like the Coors Light. I think it's Coors. Or maybe it's like Milwaukee or something. Well, but it looks like the beer logo.
Yeah.
And I think Ryan has a
It would probably just... I mean, I get why. It's just because it would be so hard to coordinate with everybody, right? Because Eddie would have to...
Yeah, but there should just be a warehouse.
Yeah, but then who gets the profit off of it? You know what I mean?
They would send like proceeds. 10th Planet in general gets like what? I don't fucking know logistics. But then the school itself would get like a cut of it.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're a guy that just opened a 10th Planet and you're like, you kind of need all the money you can get, you're going to be kind of upset if Eddie's over here selling your rash guard, making money off of it, right?
I don't know. I'm not thinking of that. I'm just
Eddie's
thinking
Eddie's a pretty busy guy, right?
Yeah.
So he's probably like, fuck that. I'm not about to try to run all that. But there is a Facebook group I'll get you a part of. It's like 10th Planet rash guards. So it's people that like ordered them and they're too big and they don't want them anymore.
Oh, word?
And it's got like ones from all over the world.
Hell yeah.
Like 10th Planet, Scotland and shit.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I was so stoked when it became a 10th Planet with Josh.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't love that rash guard from me.
Really?
I love it on some of you guys. Like some of y'all, I'm like, that fucking looks dope. And it looks, I think it represents the area really well.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, it's sunrise or like sunset-ish. But some of the shit that you've had on, like I love some of the NWO looking stuff or like the Miami Vice. I think that's a Miami one you have.
Well, I have the Miami one and then I have like the Grand Theft Auto one from Austin as well.
Oh, yeah. You just wore that one. That one was sick. But yeah, there's like ones that I fucking love that I'm just like, that would be bad as fuck. And I feel bad rocking like B-Team merch.
No.
Because I like theirs.
Yeah, no,
just because it's flashy or it's funny.
Yeah. No, they got some funny stuff. I have some B-Team stuff. I just don't wear it because at least when I bought it, it's been a while, but the quality was kind of shit. It was real loose.
Yeah.
Like the sleeves are real like loose. I don't know. It's weird.
I will say it's probably not much different.
Yeah.
Like, I do feel like I just ordered one of ours.
Because I have the Mexican ground karate and the OnlyFans one. And both of them are, like, loose.
Was that, like, the first one they came out with, the OnlyFans one?
Yeah.
I feel like that was the first
funny one. That's what I'm saying.
One.
It may have changed.
It's been so long
get
ago,
a different manufacturer or something. But I didn't buy any more after those two because...
I don't know. Are you the graphic designer for us?
No, I have a guy that does it though.
Oh,
a friend of mine. Actually, yeah, you know Corey. Corey Hiamovi.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, yeah. I think it's Hiamovi.
Hiamovi.
But who fucking knows?
Corey H, dog.
What is that? Is that French? Hiamovi or
it's Madagascarian.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, no, he's the guy who does all of our stuff. Anytime I want anything new, I reach out to him, and he always makes some super cool
I'm
stuff.
real excited for whenever we become a 10th Planet. Like, what is that going to look like?
It's going to be sweet.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to have a 10th Planet, and it's going to be sweet, too.
That'd be dope, dude. It's gonna be. Where would you want one at?
So I have kind of a plan, man. I have kind of a...
Please don't say you're moving away.
Yeah.
God, dude, you suck.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a while. Look, this is a long-term plan for sure. But my girl, her family's from like South Florida, right? So I'm gonna be here for a while. I'd like to stay around and train until like I'm probably like a brown belt, and then move down there and open up a Kazushi club down in like Jupiter/West Palm, and then ideally throughout the years I want to get some properties. So I'm already working on that now. So I'd like to have 3 in Pensacola, but before I move down there. And then while I'm there, I'd like to build up 3 more. And then once I get my black belt, because ideally I'll go from brown to black because of like having a gym, right? Like that would be the plan, is to get my black belt, because I opened a gym and have been successful, whatever. So once I get my black belt, I'll then have ideally 6 properties or more. We'll see how it goes. But I'm gonna open up 10th Planet Hawaii, and
10th Planet Hawaii,
Honolulu, dog.
Like, you're gonna go there, or you're gonna stay in?
No, I'm gonna move to Hawaii.
Okay, I was about to say that is a weird take.
No,
that's insane.
That's the.
Do we not have anything over there?
There's one in, I think, Oahu. I think I'd have to look it up, but there's only one.
You've been to Hawaii?
No, I haven't. But that's like my spot that I want to go. That's like, I don't know, man. I've just always, like, since I was like a kid, I was like, that's where I want to be. And I just can't. And it would be great because, like, look, I know that it's such a small place. I know that it's not gonna be like a huge gym with hundreds of students. Yeah. But that's why ideally everything goes to plan, and my finances are in check. Where I don't care if I have 6 students. You know what I mean? I'm just waking up every day on the beach doing jiu-jitsu in a gym in Hawaii. You know what I mean? Like,
that's wild. I don't think I've ever heard. I've never even asked you about like what you want your future to be like, but that's not what I imagined.
Yeah, no.
When you started going to the South Florida thing, I was like, that checks out.
Yeah.
I just felt like you were going that direction, and I was like, God damn, what? I was gonna ask you to sell me on Miami and that whole area, because Hilton's.
I mean, it's
in
a
love
cool
with
place.
anything.
Look, no, it's a super cool place. Don't get me wrong, but Hawaii just seems like, I don't know, man. I get annoyed at people real easy. You know what I mean? I like being on my own and being out, and just, I don't know, what a cool place to fucking be, right?
Yeah.
Like, imagine just a gym with a garage door in the back. You just open it up and the fucking beach is there, and fucking Hawaii, bro.
Do you imagine it being anywhere else but Hawaii? Like, would Costa Rica or anything?
I just always said Hawaii, man, really? Because it's also like fairly close, right? As far as like, if you're gonna leave the country, you know what I mean? It's not insanely
isn't
far.
Costa Rica only like a 30-minute flight or something from, the base of Florida?
I honestly have no idea. I haven't been to Costa Rica.
I think it's pretty close, and I think,
but like, she wanted
to
go to like London and all this for a while, and like, first off, I hate the cold, but yeah, no, Hawaii is just, I don't know, it's cool because
you've traveled to that side of the world, London and all that. Yeah. What has been your favorite place over there?
I mean, one thing here's the thing I'll say about the UK that's really cool, at least for me, is like their love of soccer is insane, bro. Like, it's like people don't understand
it's death.
Dude, yeah. Like, people don't get it. Like,
I hear it's super dangerous at games because they'll just spot other people.
Well, it's funny because you hear people talk about like Alabama football, and you think they take it serious, bro. That's nothing, dude.
Dude, I can't remember the fucking. Do you remember the movie
Green Street Hooligans?
That's exactly what I was fucking talking about.
No, that shit's real.
Such a good movie,
that shit's
though.
Real. Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you, is it just like that?
But the UK is super cool, man, as far as that goes, and it's cool because it's very old, right? There's a lot of like history in the UK, so that's cool. But I fucking hate the cold, man. I was just in Canada last week, and I hated every second of it.
Yeah,
it absolutely sucked. I hate being cold, so.
Did you ever go to Ireland?
I haven't been to Ireland yet. I'm actually we're trying to plan a trip to hit quite a few spots. We're gonna hit like Paris, Ireland, and Scotland. See some friends there. The guys that own the company that I work for, so they live in Scotland. So yeah, we're gonna plan a trip and just kind of bounce around and hit stuff for about a month.
Dude, you should plan it for apparently sometime in the next 2 years. They're doing another UFC over there.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
That's when you should hit it. That'd be insane because, of course, the soccer games are crazy.
Yeah.
But, I mean, any UFC Ireland we've seen or, like, the UFC UK has been crazy. There's this documentary on HBO. It's about Lee Murray. He was, like, a UFC fighter. Had to be 2003 or something like that. And he was like one of the UK's best. He beat this dude, Pele. Well, I know his same name as a soccer guy, but this dude was knocking out everybody in Brazil, this Pele guy.
Damn.
And then Lee was like, give me the best guy we can find. And it was for a company called Cage Rage, which still does things over there in the UK. But they were like, we could get you Pele. He ended up beating Pele, and then he got his shot to the UFC. The reason why this is even important is because Lee Murray was part of 5 people that had the biggest bank robbery in I think it's like the second biggest one in the world
Oh,
ever.
jeez.
But it was like the biggest one at the time in the UK, and they stole like $250 million or something
Damn.
like that. But it's because they found this stash house. It wasn't like a stash house. It was like a legitimate building where they would just transfer money to ATMs throughout the town.
Right.
But they knew somebody. I didn't get to the end of the thing yet, but it's fucking... Why did I even tell you that story?
We were talking about the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
UFC going there.
Oh, like how fucking wild their events are there. Like they go fucking crazy for their people. They were talking about in the documentary that the UK went over, or the UFC went over there for like their first UK event ever.
Yeah.
They had Tito in the crowd and he was the champion at the time. But after the event they all went out. Well, Lee Murray like ran into Tito and there was like this big brawl in the streets and 30 fucking UFC fighters are fighting like crowds of people, and it's alleged that Lee Murray knocked out Tito like cold.
Damn.
Everybody says this but Tito. Tito's like,
well,
nah.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's insane like the love they have for something. Like over here, the closest thing in America I can think of that's even on the level is like football in Texas.
Yeah, dude, it's still not even.
Yeah, it's not even remotely
crazy,
in the ballpark.
Yeah, it's weird because like everyone is a fan there. Like the house mom, the housewife will walk her. You'll see her out in a soccer jersey, and you're like, what the? Like everyone, little kids, bro. Everyone is into it. Everybody. It's wild.
I feel like we have the worst of people. Like
no, America definitely has the worst of people. I agree on that.
Because whenever I look or see anything on the UK, it's the most extreme of everything. It's either the nice... Like, have you ever watched the British Baking Show?
No.
It's the fucking nicest, the sweetest people you've ever seen in your life, and they're just like...
Yeah, we kind of suck now, dog.
Yeah, for sure.
Americans suck.
We're what the kids call mid. We're mid, but we're like the worst mid of all time.
Yeah, no, we're on the spiral down for sure. We're on the downfall.
It's a fucking problem, dude.
Hard.
I don't know what's next for the UFC after like this whole run of events, because I feel like at least for 300 that went much better than expected.
Yeah.
301
yeah,
doesn't seem as enticing. Yeah, you got Aldo on there and you got the championship belt, but even the championship
302 is going to be good.
302 is going to be good. 303 is going to be good.
Yeah.
I don't know who they're going to get the on that 303 one. But then you got
probably not anything crazy, because here's the thing with that, like they're already bringing in that money, so they're not gonna waste a good fight on it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And then 304, you know the rumor for that? You got Tom Aspinall is headlining 304, and that's in Manchester.
Yeah.
Well, almost the same day or something as he announced that he's going to headline that, John Jones tweeted out, I'm back to training.
Shit.
So, it's a rumor, but why would John... There's no way that would be like the... what is it when you make two belts, one belt? The...
Catch weight? Is that what you're talking about?
No, like he's the interim.
Oh, the interim?
Tom is the interim and John is the champ. And it's when you, put the belts back together.
Oh, I have no idea.
And it becomes
just a fight for the belt.
It is, but they just...
I didn't know there was a word for it.
Fucking name for it. But why would they do that fight 304 in Manchester? Because, why would you fight on the interim champion's hometown? Especially when you're the greatest
I don't know.
fighter of all
they'll
time.
Probably just put a can in against him. Because they want whoever's from there to win. You know
yeah, they want Tom to win, and I know they're still trying to do that fucking Stipe fight. I think Stipe should retire. Have you heard him talk?
Yeah.
Everybody knows that, you know? He's like that dude, if you've ever been to Mississippi and you go to get crawfish, you're like, oh, I don't know a word he's saying. Just show him the money you have.
Sure.
You're just like, whatever this will get me.
Yeah, hand it over.
He's fucking tough, dude. I don't know what's gonna happen after that though. International fight week's Connor, but they're bound to have some really fucking big fights this year. Who's Max take next? Who do you think? It's got to be Ilya, right?
Yeah, probably.
Give Alex a little more time off. Let him get his brain back.
That was upsetting that Alex is on
super sad, dude.
Hopefully he comes back,
but it's like the ebbs and flows, because it was really sad to see Max lose so many times to Alex. But now Max is up big time.
Yeah.
And now Alex gets some time off to himself. Dude, do you watch BKFC? I don't watch it, but I'll watch the highlights.
I did see that Connor bought into it, though.
He bought into it. Mike Perry won
Perry's
again.
Just beating the shit out of everybody. There.
But if you're watching those fights, he's landing, but he's getting landed on way more than he lands.
He's just
he's a truck.
Growing up. You know what I mean? Like, that's all that is. But
I think this was one of the initial fights that made me start to look at jiu-jitsu. And I know they're not doing jiu-jitsu, but like this Conor fight, like it made me excited again.
Yeah.
Because like I got excited around the whole like Forrest era.
Yeah.
Forrest fighting Rampage, fighting fucking Rashad Evans and all these like back and forth title shots and stuff. But then it kind of got like on a lull. And then like when Conor came in, kind of got exciting again. Because you had fucking Chad Mendez fighting Aldo, and those fights were insane. And then this dude coming in, and he's like 50 G's, baby.
Yeah, he's wild.
This is that fight. Like, dude, he's had so many different hairstyles too. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. I guess this is on like his career now. Yeah.
Nice.
They're so stoked he's back. 2 weeks ago, it's already almost 6 million views.
Yeah, that's wild.
What is the dream fight you would make this year? That Max Ilya one's looking juicy.
Man, I don't know. That's tough.
Or I would do if I could pick the fight and I could make sure 100% it happens. It's hard to not want that Tom John fight.
Yeah. I want to see.
It's hard not to because John, you're taking so much goddamn time in your career has been off.
Yeah.
You got to have like a 20-year career and 10 of it you haven't even done anything in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy. I can't remember the year he started in, but
God,
wasn't he on like the undercard of 100? John,
he's been around for a minute for sure. For sure, he's been around for a minute. But I mean, dude's one of the best, man.
Yeah, it's remarkable. But or like if you could get just for the love of the fucking rivalry, like maybe DC's a little too old, but like John DC again, or Conor Diaz again.
Conor Diaz would be a cool one.
But I feel like Diaz might be
that should have been his first fight.
Yeah.
That would have been a great like get him going fight. You know what I mean? Because it would have gone 5 rounds more than likely.
Yeah.
Nate doesn't typically.
And you want to say you want to make 300 absolutely insane? That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Or Conor was wanting to do the Sphere, and he wanted to be in the UFC Independence Day or whatever, Mexican Independence Day, because of Diaz's last name, and he's like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know who's headlining that, and I know that's supposed to be like a fight night.
Well, it's like for Mexican Independence Day, right? So it'll be a Mexican, right? So it'll probably be. Shit, who would it be?
I thought it would be like
you'll
a girl.
You'll have like Brandon Moreno on there, I'm sure. What's the other dude's name?
Pantoja?
Is that who I'm thinking? Yeah. Is
that's the current champion.
Yeah.
When is Mexican Independence Day?
Isn't that Cinco de Mayo? Is that not?
It can't be because they're fighting this weekend.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know.
Cinco de Mayo is this
America.
week.
All right.
What is Cinco de Mayo? We're dumb.
May 5th.
No, what does it mean though? Like, what is?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
What is Cinco? What the fuck? What's Cinco de Mayo?
I thought that would be Mexican Independence
Me
Day,
too. It is.
I know it ain't July 4th. I can tell you that.
It is celebrating Mexico's victory over the Second French Empire at the Battle of Puebla in 1862.
We were close.
Yeah. So, what's Mexican Independence Day? What's Mexican?
When? You mean when?
Yeah, my bad. September 6th.
Yeah, this is when I started watching Conor. Right here was this fight.
See, I saw that first one with Brimage, but, like, obviously, no, you're watching undercards, and you're not knowing if these people are going to make it. This was such a wild... He tore his ACL in this. On the ground against Max. Because his leg got caught in, like, this, like, quarter guard when he was trying to pass. And then he went back into half guard. He's just like, fuck. Max said it in a podcast somewhere. I think it was on Impulsive, where he was like, Connor literally yelped a little bit to him. He was like, ugh. And then he asked Connor, "Are you okay?" And then Connor was like, "Keep going, mate." It's like, all right, dude. It is wild to see like a baby Max.
Mm-hmm.
Connor still kind of looks that way.
Yeah.
But Max looks like, I don't know. He just looks so fucking. It's crazy to think that Max has been in the UFC since he was like 18.
Yeah.
He's been a fucking baby.
Right. Yeah, he's like in his prime now.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. It's crazy. So what's been going on with your podcast, man? I know you're busy.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I've just been getting so busy. Well, I've started doing like streams on TikTok. So basically, TikTok's kind of non-existent for me now. I don't really do shit on there because I keep getting banned.
Is it about to go away, or is that like just
they keep
alleged?
talking about it? I don't think it'll ever actually happen. It brings too much money to people. But I'm basically non-existent on TikTok now because like everything just gets banned or taken down, or I get warnings every time I fucking post anything. But I've been doing these streams where I'll bring in like 5 or 6 people and do like a little discussion and argue with people and debate them, and
like in person, or it'll be on like the screen where it's like 5 different people
on screen where it's like I can bring guests in, right?
That's sick.
Yeah. So I was doing that, and it was doing really well, and then they started getting taken down, because TikTok's fucking lame. You can have chicks like put their tits up against the camera, but if I say men suck and women suck, my shit gets taken down. So yeah.
When you do a stream like that on TikTok, does it stay on?
No, it doesn't stay. That's like Instagram. You can do that, and Facebook you can do that, but it doesn't do that for TikTok. But I mean, I can go back and it does save it. So if I want to go back and get like clips from it, I can go back and cut it, which is pretty cool.
Well, that's nice.
But yeah, I usually like I'll post a video, and then like I'll just find people that are commenting, disagreeing, and I'll just be like, hey, I'll go to like 30 of them, and I'll be like, hey, let's do a stream. Most people say no because they just want to talk shit in the comment section and don't actually want to like prove a point. And
what is the general disagreement about? Like, what is the main topic?
It really just depends, man. Honestly, I think like the first. So obviously TikTok's faded hard for me because I stopped posting all the like trendy stuff. I kind of just like was over it. But I had like a clip that like I guess went viral, basically talking about like depression and anxiety and how I think it's a crutch for people and how people need to get their fucking mind right rather than just using it as a crutch. And it popped off, right?
Yeah.
Like, of course, people were like, "Oh, you're part of the problem. Whatever. You're terrible for people." Blah blah blah. So that was the first one I did. I was like, "All right, well let's talk about it. If you can come in my stream and explain to me that." Telling yourself that, I can't be happy unless I fucking slam a pill down my throat, and that's the only way that I can be happy. By all means, try to debate me on that, And so that's how it started, and then it turned into like literally just anything else. It turned into like how the modern guy is a bitch now and doesn't do the duties that like a man should do, and the modern chick is definitely not what they should be or used to be, or especially like their values and what they expect in men, and vice versa. That's the thing, though. Everybody wants to get upset when I talk about it one way, but fucking dudes suck and have expectations that are unrealistic. But yeah.
Do you think that runs into or comes from just us as humanity having too many options, too many things available to us?
Social media is like the number one part of it, right? And a lot of it's like the idea of the grass is greener, right? Yeah. And look, here's the thing, because I talk about this in a lot of my streams with a lot of women, because it affects women more, right? Because obviously women are getting much more attention on social media than men are. Like, I'm not saying that men aren't getting, but let's be real. Look at your average chick's DMs versus your DMs, right? Like,
look at their comments.
Yeah,
their comments in general. You don't have to be in their DMs. You could just look at their comments. Yeah. Oh, I'd fucking Yeah. And you're like, whoa, brother.
Exactly. So, and here's the thing. I don't even blame the chicks for it. I just think that it's important to bring it up and for people to actually see it, because I can't imagine being a chick and waking up every single day to 3 new guys in my DMs going, I'll fly you here. I'll buy you this. Let me take care of you.
Yeah, there's like a career just being pretty.
You know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine. It would absolutely be hard for me to want to settle down with, especially if I'm like, say it's a chick that's dating like an average dude that just has a normal job. Maybe he's, I don't know, just the manager at fucking Starbucks or something, right? Yeah. Like, he's just a normal guy. of course it's going to be hard when you have dudes that are like, I'm a millionaire, I'll fly you here, I'll buy you this.
Yeah.
Of course it's going to be hard, but that is the issue. The problem is a lot of these chicks have a problem understanding that, one, a lot of these fucking guys are lying and have zero desire to do any of this for you. And also, I don't know, man. It's just it's a really weird thing, I guess, because they think that it's actually an option is the problem, and
some people do make shit like that a career.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is wild because like you are basing your career off of looks.
Yeah, and then they act surprised when they get old and everything fades away.
Absolutely. I know some people.
That's the one that I was in a stream. I think it was not last night, 2 nights ago, and that's what I was talking to this young girl about it because she was like, "I'm 26, like I'm just making money off of OnlyFans and Instagram and all this," and I'm like, "Okay, well, do you have a boyfriend? Like, what's your plan?" "No, I'll worry about that later." And I'm like, "Well,
later's gonna come soon.
Later's gonna come quicker than you think, and it might be too late." And not only that, but you're developing a lot of. I'm not gonna use the word toxic because I hate that fucking word, but you're developing a lot of things.
Unhealthy.
Well, you're developing a lot of things that's gonna make it very, very hard for you to want to settle down when that time does come.
Yeah.
Because you've built this life of thousands of guys giving you attention, telling you they'll do all this crazy shit for you that's not normal, and now you're 35. You don't have any of that anymore because they're doing that to other 20-year-old girls.
Yeah.
And so now when the average guy who would treat you well, who respects you and is nice to you and all this, you think you're too good for him because of all the attention you got the past 10 years. So now you're just going to keep rejecting all these guys, and then eventually you're going to be 45 with 7 cats alone.
That, and these people also don't work on any sort of individual skill. Something that, like, you could say, maybe you do cash in on, like, your looks or your age or whatever for a while. But if you're not setting yourself up for when those things... You, like, girls... or attractive people nowadays basically are like prize fighters. You have a golden age set. Yeah. You know?
Well,
after that age set, you fall off. That's why it's so
important. And this is where everyone gets so pissed off. So trigger warning. But that's why it's so important that you take advantage of that time frame and find a husband.
Yeah.
For real. Because if you're not, like you said, if you're not going to develop a skill, then 30, 35, whatever age that you're going to stop getting this attention is going to hit, and now you don't have a husband. So now what are you going to do?
You have no family. You have no setup.
And that's another thing, too. A lot of these girls, they're all about getting the bag. Whatever. Look, do your thing. I know for a fact, they won't admit it, but 99% of chicks dream about getting married. They dream about walking down the aisle. They dream about having a kid. They want that. So many chicks want that. I'm not saying every single one. I get it that there's some people that don't. But most of them do. Yeah. You grow up with your Barbie playhouse, your baby doll, your all that. That's how it is. And it's just super, super harmful, this idea that's pushed of like, do your own thing. Who cares about men? Make your own money. Who cares? Like, I think it's super harmful. I'm not saying that no one should ever do it, but I think it gets taken to a very, very far point that, like I said, makes it almost impossible for a lot of these chicks to find a man because they think they deserve better.
I think it's because a lot of people get starstruck by these quote-unquote role models that have done something in front of them.
Yeah, well, like, Cardi B's a role model nowadays.
Exactly. So you have these bad role models, and you could talk to these people, and a lot of these people are going to be like, I never said I was a role model.
Right.
It's not whether you said it or not. It's like if somebody wants to mimic or like what you do, they're going to try to mirror their life off of decisions you've done, even if they are bad decisions. Yeah. And maybe they worked out for you, and it's exceptional that it worked out for you.
Right.
But it ain't going to work out for everybody. So everybody has this image like, who in jiu-jitsu or anything in the realm of that hasn't been like, I'm going to be the next Conor McGregor. We've all been around somebody that thinks they're going to be the next crazy good striker, and they're going to be the number one person in the sport.
Yeah.
How many people have done that?
Right.
One person has done that.
Right. Yeah.
One.
Yeah. No,
like,
I don't know, man. We're in a super weird time, and I don't know. It's very unfortunate. It's
how do you manage your social media intake? Like, how often do you like limit yourself or anything like that?
Dude, I'm gonna be honest. Since the beginning, since I started doing social media, I you will very rarely find me on social media. I don't know, dude. People always ask me, dude, how about this TikTok that's viral? How about this, bro? I don't know shit. I don't scroll through TikTok. I don't scroll through anything. I just post stuff. Well, and even that I don't really do too much now, because like I said, they banned me because I can't say the things I'm saying, even though it's what everyone thinks. They just don't want to actually come out and say it. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's a weird time, and it's like scary, to be honest, because you don't know what's gonna happen with it. You know, you got men that don't want to be men and women that don't want to be women. So,
I also feel like it's weird how they, like, some people they champion when they say shit that is similar to what you're saying, and some people they ban. Like, for example, what you're saying isn't that far off from what Sean Strickland says.
Yeah.
For a while, they were kind of like frowning on him, but then they made him like the underdog in life. And
well, I think the biggest thing is people just don't like. People get very offended by the words used now, right? People like, dude, there's like certain keywords that will drive people crazy, right? Like, dude, like if you say like, a man's the leader of the household. Holy shit, that's so fucked up. It's like, wait, that's how it's been forever. And as a woman, that should be your goal, is to be like, I want to find a man that I can trust to lead me.
Yeah,
absolutely. I want to devote my life, because that's what you're doing when you get married. I want to devote my life to someone I can trust to always put me down the right path. How do you do that as a chick? Make all the right moves so that you can get that type of guy.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, dudes fucking suck too. So as a guy, there's hardly any dudes that are actually becoming that guy that can be trusted and relied on. So I'm not just saying that chicks suck. Dudes absolutely suck.
It's true.
Both of you guys suck, right?
A lot
of the modern dudes fucking suck.
A lot of the dudes nowadays want to be like that explicit social media manager.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
They want to manage a bunch of girls. They want to be a new age pimp.
And that's where that never ending circle comes in, because absolutely, you're right. I think these dudes are shitty for, like, that's their goal. Oh, I'm gonna convince a chick to send me nudes so that I can make money off of her. But guess what? That ain't happening out of nowhere. You know why that's happening? It's because chicks are doing it.
Yeah.
So, again, you're just going to blame both people, and you're just going to go in the circle of, oh, well, I wouldn't do it if she wasn't sending it to me. And she's like, well, I wouldn't send it to him if it wouldn't make me money. So no one's ever going to be wrong, and it's just going to continue to go.
I was, I know this is like a super old show now, but it's still going on. But I was just watching like a newer episode of Catfish, and one of the people was being catfished by a guy, but the guy, it's very confusing. He was the manager of these OnlyFans girls. And the whole reason why he's catfishing people is to funnel them to pay for OnlyFans. Yeah. It's not to try to meet up ever.
No, that's like
but people will get caught falling in love with people.
Like on dating apps, like Tinder and Bumble, and what's the new one now that everybody's using? Hinge? Or is that the gay one?
I don't know. I don't even do any dating apps at all, so I don't even know how that should be rocking.
I forget what it is, but...
Oh, we got a guest.
We got a guest coming in, guys.
You got the camera set up like that?
Oh, fucking...
You can just
we're going to move the camera as soon as you sit down. Okay. Or you can move it and then sit down. We got a guest in studio today. His name is...
We'll let him introduce himself.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's how dating a lot of people are doing that through dating apps, right? They're getting all this attention, and they don't actually want to go on dates.
I was just making sure I was in, because last time when you set it up, I wasn't in it at all. We got Tiger Woods in studio. Tiger Hoods.
Tiger Hoods, dog.
No, finish your point real quick.
Yeah, so a lot of dating apps, they're doing that on dating apps, right? They're flooding these chicks' accounts on dating apps with zero desire to go on dates with guys, but they know that, like, if they see her OnlyFans link in there, then, you know. So.
It's kind of like how you have that...
Which, again, goes back to my point. Fucking dudes suck, too.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of fucking loser are you that you're scrolling on Tinder or Hinge or whatever the new one is now? You're a fucking loser if you're scrolling there, a chick you don't know, and you're like, I'm going to pay $10 to see this random chick naked that I have no clue who she is. You're a fucking loser.
Yeah, and it's crazy you're sending... I mean, they'll go past that. They'll be like, I'll send you $1,000.
Yeah, that
like,
shit's ridiculous.
It's
insane.
I'm gonna point and laugh at you if you send $2.99 to pay for some chick stuff. All right, but yeah, I don't know.
I'm worried about sending him money. I'm like, hey, you sure you need this? We can't do this in person. Is this Hilton? You know?
Yeah,
how's golfing?
It's good. It was the longest round I've ever played.
Word.
I can tell you.
Did y'all not get rained on?
When we started, it was still kind of raining. But 3 hours to play 9 holes
That's a while. That's a
You did
long time.
9 holes?
9 holes.
Tell
It
your
took
grandparents
3
I will
hours.
smoke them.
Dude,
No.
it
By the
was-
way, hold on. Let me just cut
yeah,
in.
you want to get
because
in?
I have heard
You want to
this.
get in here about
Brother,
so
I'll,
many
I'll cook
times.
both of you. I heard.
You want to?
I asked him how good you were,
Mhm.
and he said, "You're better than I thought you were.
Then you thought I was,
Yes.
or he thought you were?
You're better than I
What?
thought
Thought
you
I
were."
was.
Well, he does think you're better than he thought you were.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
No, I have my days. My first day was
Great.
But he-
immaculate.
He was saying you're
Yeah.
something like a purple or a blue belt
Yeah, I would
in
say
golfing.
That. Yeah, I
Yeah.
would say that. I would say probably like a 8-stripe blue belt.
You know who Kevin Burring is? That's me.
No,
That's me,
no.
brother.
I
gonna
just
start
want to cut in because I know you
ripping
guys
shit
are like,
why
apart.
don't you get? Why don't you give?
you guys are like,
your
no,
deal on
I have
that?
a bet or whatever. I will literally bet you my car that you
Yeah.
don't hit. I don't
Yeah.
even know what the number is, but you're
It's
not. gonna do
180.
it.
But
Yeah,
it's
you're not
180.
gonna-
But here's the thing:
You can
is that
have my
We
car.
are going to. It's USGA rule set, right? So
Yeah.
he's playing from
No,
the blue
everything,
tees.
Everything counts. as a
If
stroke.
you
miss the
set up
ball,
to the
it's a
golf
stroke.
ball, you miss. That counts as a stroke. You go
Drops,
out of bounds.
everything.
You got to go back to the tee, hit again. Like hazards, the whole nine. We're
Brother,
playing it out,
There's not a.
and you have
a-
to make. We're not doing gimmies.
I wish
There's
this
no
was a
gimme.
long con and I was really good and I was just fucking with you
It'd be
guys.
hilarious if
I've
it
never
was.
played in my life, but I really wish I could get that car.
Well, listen, dude. We really need to set a date for it because I've got people.
What is
asking
the
about
peak time in the year for golf? Like
soon.
weather-wise?
You better
Soon?
be
In the
ready to
next-
start about 4 a.m. As long as you're gonna be
Yeah,
there.
it's gonna be
gonna be
five.
a long
It's gonna
day,
be a 5
dog.
6 hours.
Where are we catching breakfast? Because nowhere's gonna be open at like 5:30.
Waffle House.
Waffle House for sure.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I
we'll
just
have
want you to know that
breakfast.
it's not happening. Like it's.
We'll go
I
ahead
can
and
get out. I can
reserve-
get out at Marcus Point earlier. Like I can call him and say, "Hey, I've got this thing. We're gonna bring a crew out and try and watch my buddy try and play golf.
Okay.
Can we start at like
Can you
6 in the
be
morning?
nice?
And
Yeah.
that way we can get off like 2 hours before anybody else does. That way we're not fucking with anybody. That's the goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of something to make you understand because you run like long distance, right?
Yeah.
What's like a normal distance you run like?
A
It's
normal
gonna be
distance?
like 14 miles.
No, like 5 or 6 miles.
Okay,
is
like
nice.
what's your rough time for a 5-mile run? Rough.
I mean, it's like they're like 9 to 10 minute miles. So like I don't know,
45 minutes?
Yeah.
All right, that would be like me saying I can come and do that in 30 minutes. You're gonna look at me and be like, absolutely not.
I mean, I'm not.
No, it would be like
That's
you coming in
not
and
bad.
saying you could do it in 15 minutes.
Actually, not even that.
That's what it would
It's
be
still
like.
even
'Cause
worse.
30
than
is
that because,
not
like,
that terrible.
Well, no, it's also
Yeah.
it's even crazier than that because everyone in the fucking world can run unless you don't have legs. Sorry, but
Don't bring it up, dude.
no, not everyone can play golf.
Yeah.
So there's not even like a comparable.
Yeah, it's really hard to.
Okay, have you ever played hockey on ice?
Fuck no, dude.
No.
Okay, it's almost equivalent to you saying you could go to the Ice Flyers and get an assist in a game.
Yeah.
It's not
I
gonna
would say
happen.
it's pretty. I'd say it's pretty close to that.
Like you
Okay,
might
but
even.
where
There's
is
probably
the-
a better chance
where-
that you would get lucky. And
I
just
think
throw
that's-
it
Yeah, I
over
was
the
about to say,
Yeah.
where's the lack of skill in that? I understand the skating part is going to be really difficult.
yeah.
Passing so easy.
Yeah, if
Yeah, but
you
the
get
second
the puck,
you get that puck, dude,
they're
you're
trying
fucking
to
done.
smash you.
Brother, I know how to fight.
All right, dude.
Okay, we can do
All
hockey
right.
after
It's
this.
just
You
not
ain't
gonna
you ain't
happen.
arm dragging a
It's
golf
just
ball.
not
All
gonna
right, that's the thing. You ain't gonna be rolling with a golf ball, okay?
Watch me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be rolling all over the place
No,
out there.
I want to get I want to get a video crew out there though and like
Yeah.
video the whole thing for sure. I
No,
think
we
it'd
don't.
be
We don't have
hilarious.
to. We don't have to stay on
I-
it because I know you guys
no,
are
no.
talking about a lot. I just wanted to say it's not happening.
It's
That's
fine,
all
but I
I'm
think
gonna say.
prior to us kicking off or whatever the fuck it's called, I think there
God
should
it would be
damn.
teeing
taking
off.
off. I think there should.
You never cease to amaze me at how little you know about. It's
I
my number one hobby that I play all the time, and you know nothing about it. It's
I
crazy to me.
Why? Okay. Anyways, I think they should do pre-interviews from anybody that wants to
Oh,
talk.
like yeah, people.
What is your perspective, just to the camera, not like talking? Like, I mean, if you're gonna talk shit, go ahead and talk shit. But like,
Going to.
what is your legit, real?
Yeah,
And then let's also do post, and then let's make like a little mini doc about it or something. Like what really happened that day.
yeah.
Yeah, because it's going to be earth shattering. Okay, I just think it's going to be like, where were you
Can't
when
wait
you
for
know
you to
September?
lose.
Fucking
11,
I can't
2002.
yeah.
2001.
Damn, I fucked that one up.
Yeah, pretty badly.
Yikes.
You should have said
No, I was
September
talking about the
10th.
anniversary. Where were you at on the anniversary of 9/11?
Yeah, I was listening to Toby Keith. Where were you?
That's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Where were you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys were talking about actual 9/11. Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be good. I'm
I
excited.
would not go there. That's really fucked up.
Excited.
We can talk about the anniversary. Right?
Yeah, you're right.
Anyways,
Yeah, but yeah, fucking golf was good. Yeah, you won.
Mm-hmm.
you beat
I
your
did.
grandparents.
I
Good.
did, and
Yeah,
they had
fucking
friends that
bully.
come out and play, so that was cool. They played a 2-man scramble, and I played my own ball. So I was like,
You've been winning, huh? These little tournaments you've been
yeah,
doing.
leagues and shit. We've been racking this shit up.
Word.
Which is pretty cool.
How does that work? Like, is it
One
you're winning
person
actual
wins and one
money,
person
or you're
loses.
like just for fun?
No, I mean, so it depends on like if you're playing like a league game that's by like the club or whatever. Everybody pays $35 or whatever to play, and then there's like a pool of $500 or something, and it gets split up between the people, first, second, and third place. So
Oh,
I
hell yeah, dude.
but it's all club credit. So like I just ordered a new golf bag because I got enough credit to order a golf bag.
word,
So like.
word.
But then if you're playing like, weekend games with a bunch of homies, everybody
Yeah.
puts, $1 a hole and, $1 for birdies and all that
Yeah.
kind of shit.
See,
And
I
then
think that is probably the most appealing thing to hockey to fucking golf to me.
Yeah.
Is like I'd be wanting to be like 50 cent on this hole real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah, yeah.
Give me a bag of chips off this
Yeah.
fucking cart.
I played Sunday and I was playing with my boss Danny against two other guys that are a little bit younger, and we were up like 9 bips or something, so we were up $27 on the last hole, and they were like, "You want to do double or nothing?" We were like, "Fuck yeah, we do." So we
Yeah.
birdied out for double, which was cool. But yeah, a lot of that gambling shit gets a little crazy. But
We were just talking earlier about like who we think was the biggest, like the most popular athlete of all time in their moment. I just want to get his point of view since what you've said.
Yeah.
So who do you
In
think
their
at the
moment.
time? So like right now,
Worldwide.
LeBron James is probably the biggest basketball player. So like that's for basketball now.
Yeah.
But of all time in any sport, whatever it is, who was the biggest at the time?
I don't know, dude. I think that early 2000s Tiger is like really hard
That's
to beat.
insane. He said
That's what I
that.
said.
Yeah, it's hard to beat.
Everyone knows who Tiger is. Like no matter
Yeah.
where you go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which
Yeah.
is kind of crazy because a large majority of the world's not into golf at
Yeah,
all.
but everybody knows.
Somehow everyone knows
Well,
who he
like
is,
if you look at the records that he made, like
Well, yeah, yeah.
between
Y'all are
2000
literally
and
word for word
2004,
saying the same thing.
I mean, it's ridiculous. He has the top 6 like scoring averages for 2001 to 2007,
Yeah.
and then number 7 is Scotty Scheffler, who's the world number 1 today.
Well, who's killing it
So
right now, by
who
the
is
way.
by the way,
Absolutely
won 4
killing
of his last 5 starts,
Yeah.
which is ridiculous.
I just fucking saw this putting highlight from this dude that they're two kind of overweight older guys, and this dude's like, this putt is literally impossible. And this older
Bro,
gentleman
you
walks
know who
over.
that is?
No.
Those are the two. It's 2 of the
You
greatest.
talking about John Daly?
No, it's like Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus.
Okay.
It's the two of the
'Cause
greatest golfers to ever live.
It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Because who's the guy that's standing there saying it's impossible?
I think it's Arnold.
So Arnold's
That's-
like, this is literally
Oh,
an
you talking about where he goes
impossible
up and he just
And
like
then he
boom,
fucking-
and then-
It's like
literally
140
without
foot putt.
trying,
Yeah.
drops a putt. He looks and he goes, bat,
That's how you do it.
gotcha,
Yeah.
and walks
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Like, that's a knockoff.
Badass,
Yeah,
ain't
dude,
it?
that's crazy. It's like shit like that makes
That's
golf
so
seem
funny. You
swaggy.
said 2 older guys,
I don't fucking know.
2 older overweight dudes.
Was
the
Arnold-
2 greatest golfers of all? 2 of the greatest golfers of all time.
Was Arnold Palmer not bigger than Tiger at the time? Because, like, he has a drink after him.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think the thing with Tiger is he took golf like more mainstream, right? You know what I mean? And he
And he's got
modernized
that,
it, I
like,
guess would be a good word.
He's
to
got
use.
that
I think
cool
that for
factor
that
to it.
Yeah, he made it
generation,
cool. Yeah,
well,
yeah.
for the generation, that shift of like the early 2000s, it turned a lot of people onto golf.
Yeah.
Like Arnold, you don't know unless you're into golf somewhat. Tiger, like he said, you can say Tiger Woods. Everybody knows
Yeah,
who
yeah.
Tiger Woods is, but like you don't know who
That
Arnold
is
Palmer
insane.
is.
Like,
You know?
not, like, pretty much everybody knows what basketball is.
Yeah.
And you can say a few names.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But golf, you can only say
it's
one.
kind of an outlier.
There's only one name that everybody that doesn't know golf. Tiger Woods?
Well, you didn't have to do that, right?
I mean, he's popular in the
You
Asian
didn't have
culture.
to do that.
He is
Yeah, I'm
popular
pretty
in
sure
the
he's
Asian
half
Wherever you
Asian,
think that's
actually.
from.
He's
Wherever
for
you
sure
think that.
half Asian.
I didn't say it where it was from.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
It's
We'll go with that.
okay.
It's all right. You kind of. I mean, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine.
But
Have
yeah.
y'all talked about PGF yet?
Yeah.
A little bit,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Okay,
What's
cool.
your take on how it went down?
Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I did not want the winner to win.
Ooh,
Yeah, no,
I didn't.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad it was a 10th planet guy.
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
Probably the last 10th planet guy I wanted it to be.
Right.
yeah.
But
yeah.
the whole show was, I mean, awesome, dude. The whole thing was so sick. So, yeah, I can't wait to see. Can't wait to see what they're gonna do next. for
Yeah,
sure.
we were talking about it needs to be the pit next time.
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
And he had a good point. The final itself needs to just be sub unlimited.
See, that I think would be really cool.
So sick.
Yeah, just a sub only.
Because people,
match.
I think then it's
Because
going to
what's the
entice
point?
them.
Also, it's way too much money to determine off of. Oh, you take his back just because we said
Yeah.
we're gonna give you 20 grand. You
well,
just get,
and
you
it's
get to have his
and
back.
it's also one of those
Nah,
things.
too
It's
much
like
money.
the whole fucking season has been based on subs.
Yeah.
You don't get into the playoffs unless you sub
Yeah.
enough people. So
I-
why
I-
are we going to a 10-minute match?
I mean, I get the idea of like people don't want to watch a 45-minute match for sure, but if you were trying to find who's the best at sub only, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the next one's 205.
Yeah, I'm hoping Ryan's gonna be.
When
that one.
is that
He's
going
got
to
to
be?
be right.
Yeah.
He's got to be.
It'd be cool if they took like a good 6-month span, get everything a little more polished. I feel like a lot of it went really well.
Yeah.
Especially with like the UFC, that being the first one that they were
Yeah.
kind of on board with. I bet you the next time they want to be a little more hands-on. But yeah, it'd be cool to see, dude. They just fucking did one. I think that was Abu Dhabi, and they did it in like whatever they think their sphere is.
Oh yeah, no, I saw that.
What the
I saw
fuck was
yeah,
that?
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like
They had
a sphere, though.
remember the combat karate one.
Karate.
Oh yeah.
Where
yeah.
I don't know if they were in a fucking
Yeah, it
circle
looked- it
or
looked
if
like
the
the
wall
sphere.
was just
It was
big.
like
The
that.
sphere is crazy, by the way.
Oh yeah, you've been.
Yeah.
Didn't you see a concert there or something?
Yeah, I don't even remember who it was. Some lame ass band.
You're
But-
like, it doesn't even matter.
Still worth
I
it,
did.
though,
Dude,
because it was in the-
sick,
in the sphere?
bro. It was so sick.
Yeah.
So how is that even set up? It's just like all seating on one side, or is
Yeah, it's all the seating's on one side, and then there's like a floor. Like I was on the floor, so there's like a stage on one side.
So how many
floor,
fucking-
and then seat that goes up.
how many? Like I assume there's balconies.
Yeah, yeah. It's
How
just,
many-
I mean, it's like you would think like a stadium, just in like a half circle. All this.
See, I don't understand
And
how
it
they fit
fits
so many.
20,000 people,
It's 18,000.
or 18,000.
Well, I would say on the ground you probably got 5,000 on the floor.
really.
Three to
I
5,000.
just don't understand how they can stack it so well. But I mean,
Yeah.
I guess if it
I mean,
was
it's
built
high up
for-
there. There's like seats that go way
Yeah.
up. You know what I mean?
And you can envision a UFC in there because they said they're.
I don't know how they would do it. I don't know because I don't. Yeah, I don't know how they would do it. To be honest, I'm curious to see because
how
like I
would they
said,
do
the stage
replays and
was butted
shit
up
like that?
against
Yeah.
The screen, right?
The screen,
Yeah.
yeah. Now I don't. Maybe, for all I know, fucking that sphere might do some crazy like transformer shit where you can like take the seats and like put them in half and spin them around. I don't fucking know. It wouldn't surprise me, but
Yeah, that's true. They spent like $1 billion.
yeah,
on that
I
thing
don't
or
know. I
something.
mean,
Yeah.
that could have just been the setup for that night where all the seats
That's
were on one.
true.
They might
I
like
never really thought
come
about
apart and split this way. I don't know.
See, that would be cool. I think it like you would lose kind of the feeling of the sphere, what it's supposed to be. But I think all the way around it and having
For
it
sure.
would. I think that would
For
be cool.
sure.
But then you
Yeah.
would kind of lose some of that,
like the round in Los Angeles, I think, or is that Arizona, where they film? They do
Yeah.
stand-up specials there.
Yeah.
where it literally is a 360 view. You're standing in a fucking island.
Yeah.
and you're doing stand-up
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
That would be sick. Have the octagon. I mean, it's kind of similar how it's set up, but nowhere set up with a screen like that. And what's crazy too is this is the first iteration of our take on a sphere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine what the next one's gonna look like,
Yeah.
or like
I
30
mean,
years
eventually
from
it's just
now.
gonna be like projection, right? Like you
Yeah.
don't need a building; it'll just like project into the fucking sky. At
My
some point.
my thing is with this
Soon.
with the UFC stuff
Not
is
far
like
off.
I feel like that. I mean, just the amount of screens, the amount of shit that's going on. I feel like it would make me sick, dude. Like I'm
Oh,
for
dude, yeah.
serious.
Have you played anything on VR?
VR?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At all?
Yeah,
Even like
yeah.
just the stock games? You're like
I made
you're
my-
moving, but you're like, oh.
I made Derek play mine like a little while back, and he was like, "This is fucking nuts, bro."
It kind of gives your head a little buzz thing. You're
Yeah.
like, oh fuck.
It's a little odd, but yeah, I feel like there could be some of that too. Like you're a fighter down on your back, and you just see yourself getting smashed or whatever. I don't know.
I mean, I
Just
would
not a
imagine they're
great
not
look.
gonna have the whole screen going. They'll have something different going. I would.
Yeah,
imagine.
DraftKings. Fucking
Oh
No, it'll, like,
my
bets
God.
everywhere.
It'll be, what is it, fucking Bad Bunny's album or whatever? Playa Muertes across the fucking thing.
Yeah,
Dia de los Playas Muertes or some shit. Yeah.
That's not Bad Bunny. That's an artist. Remember, but that's his
That's
most
right.
poppin'
Yeah,
song
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
He's on everything, dude.
It's ridiculous. Well,
Whatever
for like
that-
a good 8 months, that was like the biggest sponsor on the UFC canvas.
Yeah.
Like every single time.
Dude, he's going to the fucking. Oh, damn! No, you're not. Never
No,
mind.
I'm not.
He was going to the Connor fight.
Was gonna go, and then I
word?
looked at tickets.
Yeah, tell him about the fucking
Yeah, how much
prices.
are those
Are
fucking-
So the
Crazy,
nosebleeds.
I'm
start
getting.
at
Let me.
3,500. And that's like literally the
top
worst
of
seat.
the-
Worst seat.
$3,500.
The seats that I normally get, because I have like a certain row that I like to get.
So
Usually it's like 700 to 1,000.
Are those the ones that have the step stools on them so you can hop
and a
up?
booster seat connected.
Sweet.
Yeah, so those are normally like 700 to 1,000. They're like anywhere from like 12 to 15K right now.
Dude,
That's
is
basically the seats
ridiculous.
we all got for ADCC, but his
Yeah.
seats are 15.
Well, hold on. Let's not say all of us, because last time. You talking about last time?
Yeah, I guess
Or
I
this
don't
time?
even know where my seat was
This
at
time.
last ADCC.
This time. Because
This
last
time.
time.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
were-
yeah,
I don't know where my seat was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Damn, 15,000.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, so I'm not going now.
Yeah, no shit, dude.
Yeah, which is upsetting because I really wanted to.
When is
but
that fight supposed to be?
June 29th.
29th. Huh. We'll have to do something. We'll have to, like, do the top
Damn, that's
story
gonna be a
things.
busy weekend because that's when Cade fights too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cade fights
in,
that weekend.
Washington or whatever. But yeah,
We're
we'll
going
have
to
to do
fucking
top
Hong
four.
Kong June 2nd. By the way, I'm pretty
What?
pumped about that. Yeah, for
For-
like 4 days.
So that would work?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I'm pretty
That's
pumped about
crazy.
That, so that'll be cool. Yeah, it's crazy. I just found out today. I was like, sick.
How's fucking Canada been? I've seen you've been over there like
Sucks,
5
bro. I
times.
fucking hate Canada, dog.
Really?
I've been having to go there so much lately. I
Yeah.
hate it. Yeah, it's just like a shittier Boston. You
Nice.
know?
Cool. Sounds terrible.
Boston already
I'll
sucks.
stay
so-
out.
Yeah.
What part of Canada?
I went to Montreal and Toronto. Both of them
Really?
suck. Also,
That's
dude, I
sad.
hate being cold. I hate being cold.
Oh, that might
That
be
adds
it.
up.
So
That adds up.
Cause like I go to the beach and the beach is gorgeous, but I fucking hate it. It's so
I
hot.
hate
more of a
anywhere
cold
that's
dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Anywhere that's cold, I'm gonna hate. The only place that was cold that I actually like really enjoyed was Colorado. Colorado was a super cool.
See, I
place.
feel like that would be just the only problem there is that everything's just so fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Everybody's moved there and it is moving
Yeah.
there, and so like everything's just stupid over there. But I kind of enjoy the cold, honestly, because
I
like
hate
the
it.
way I think about it is like heat. Don't get me wrong, I love the beach and I love getting out in the sun.
Let me guess. You
Like,
say, "Oh, you can always take layers
see,
off."
no. You can't take layers off because once you get down to your
Or, I mean, you can
naked,
always add layers on.
you can always throw a
Yeah.
jacket on or throw in a shirt
Well,
underneath.
this-
shit.
But I mean, it's true though, right?
You
can.
The statement is true.
You can.
But if I sat here and said, "Hey, would you rather shiver or sweat?" You're fucking psycho if you say you'd rather shiver than
Yeah,
sweat.
everybody would rather
100%.
sweat.
And I'm not saying you're wrong because I also love that side of it too.
Yeah.
But like, you can always just throw a jacket on, right?
It
So-
doesn't just work though.
Yeah.
You
It
can
doesn't
sleep in the
always-
heat.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, see, that's why.
That's
That's
insane.
crazy.
Crazy. dude.
That
I
is-
hate it when it's so cold that you
insane.
don't even
Yeah.
want to get out of bed. When you wake up, I'm like, "Fuck, I hate that."
Oh,
You know
dude,
what it
you're a
is?
piece of shit, dude.
He's tiny, is what it is. Anybody that is like low in weight, that's scientifically
No, I don't
proven.
think that makes
Not
sense
that
though.
low.
Hey,
Pretty
girls,
strong. No, chicks love it. Cold.
They like it cold.
I'm saying that. Yeah, no shit, because they're always cold. They're cold in 100-degree
they
weather.
like
They're
that
like
shit cold. They like that shit cold.
No, yeah, no. My
No,
girl
no, no.
always tries to turn my shit down.
Hey,
I just
hey, just to prove my point, real quick,
Yeah.
touch his hand. I just shook it a second ago, and I was like, "That's too cold for a guy."
yeah, so the chilled. What's your internal body temp? You're
Yeah,
like
brother.
95 degrees. What
Grab
are you
anywhere on
talking
my body right now.
about? It is
That shit
so much
cooking.
warmer than that.
Put your hand between my ass cheeks, dog. It's a heater,
Where's your other
dude.
hand?
Yeah.
In between two pillows. Those aren't pillows.
What the fuck were we just talking about?
Just now or
Hong
early?
Kong.
You were saying about Canada, it's too cold, but then
Hong Kong. Is that what you're talking about?
No, it was right after the Canada thing you just said.
I got nothing, dog.
What were you saying about Canada?
That it was cool.
And you said worst Boston, and then
He said it's expensive.
You said
I
something.
thought you said it sucked.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
Canada.
Colorado's cool.
Okay.
What up?
Colorado.
We went from
Oh,
Canada
yeah,
to
but the cool
Colorado.
thing about Colorado is, at least when I was there for that fucking trip,
Yeah.
it feels like you can be in the cold and the hot easy. It's just like an hour trip.
Right.
Because when we were in Colorado, like, I assume that was Denver or wherever the fucking airport is, it was like a regular town and you could see snow off in the distance.
It's
but the
the
town
altitude,
wasn't really snowy.
Yeah, you get a little bit of both.
Yeah, and then you're in the fucking mountains. It feels like you're in a whole nother world. You're like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's true. That is pretty cool.
And I think, like, dual places like that, like, that's why I fucking love Tennessee and Kentucky so much. Is like, when it does snow, you still have all the fucking seasons, and when it's fucking hot, you have the fucking river you can hike.
Yeah.
Snowy hikes when it's cold.
I just like being hot all the time.
I really can't get
insane.
over you sleep when it's hot.
Yeah.
I just can't.
That's a crazy.
Because I hate, dude, you don't ever wake up and it's so cold you don't want to get out of bed.
I mean, it's
no,
like,
we don't wake up because we're cold. We're just
it
sleep.
feels so
I
good.
hate that.
You know,
I'm talking
it's
about
like-
like you, when
I
you wake
get-
up in the morning and you're like, all right, time to start the day.
Hold on,
Fuck
aren't
that,
you the
it's
guy
so-
that preaches like be a fucking man?
Yeah.
Get the
Yeah.
fuck up.
Hey, man, get the fuck
Yeah,
up,
that's
dude.
why I make it fucking hot. I
That's ridiculous.
condition myself
Make
as
yourself
a man
suffer.
to make
Yeah.
myself wake up and not be
And-
like, oh, I'm
and-
gonna be a lazy sack
look,
of shit and sit here where it's real cold,
that's
bundle up in
ridiculous.
covers like a little.
That's
I don't want to
bitch.
get too personal. Your girl is okay with it being hot as fuck?
Yeah,
Wow. So she sleeps in hot as fuck weather.
well, yeah.
What is your sleeping temperature on the thermostat?
75.
Dude, that's insane. I can't
This,
listen.
look,
Dude, if I
you see how we're freaking out?
you
This
want-
is how you were just about the golf thing. Like, I can't believe what you're saying.
it just for me.
I feel like we're poor
for
now.
Me,
Oh, cool. What are we doing all this for? If it's not for cold weather.
for me, it's like, dude, if I will wake up in the middle of the night if it gets too warm and I feel like if I get any kind of sweat, dude, I'm up.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no way. Like I can't do it. I'll wake up from a great
Dude, the
sleep.
other day, I cranked this thing low. But the other day,
yeah, I pay the fucking electrical bill.
that's fine. That's fine. It had
fine, that's fine.
it had to be 68 degrees,
Yeah,
whatever the night was. I woke up pouring sweat.
Now I'd put a lockbox on my thermostat.
and I have
That shit.
a I have a
You got
fucking
an extra one of those?
lockbox. No, I can get you. No, I'm saying I would if
Oh,
that
okay.
was happening. I would. Put
and I have a
lockbox
fan
on.
at the end of my bed,
Yeah, I don't.
and it's on the second highest setting it can possibly go.
Yeah, that's-
You
because
wanna
of,
know how wild this dude is? You know how wild this dude
Okay.
is? One day he texted me, like when he first moved in, he goes, hey dude, do you mind if I take apart the fan because the thing's clinking and I can't sleep? And I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah, the thing is clinking on the glass and I can't sleep. And I'm like, okay. So he has removed the glass and thrown
So
the...
it's just the bulbs.
So it's just the bulb.
Bare bulb.
it's just the
Because-
bulbs, and even within that, something you don't know, the whole fucking thing to the ceiling you can turn and tighten as a whole unit itself.
The top bracket?
Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
you install
Yeah.
light.
Yeah.
But there's layers to the fucking turning thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've been experienced with my fan in there.
Mm-hmm.
We've been through some things.
Well, they're all the same fan.
I still have all the parts, so it's not like when I leave you're gonna be missing
I'm gonna
anything.
take the fucking fan.
No. I hate these fans. They're fucking.
That's a
bullshit.
wild way to sleep, though. Fan on, AC low, fan at your feet on 2. That's wild.
Well, some of it's.
You know who else sleeps like that?
What's up? man?
Fat guys with snore machines.
The apnea.
Well, I don't
CPAP.
snore. I'm working on. The
Yeah, I'm
fat
just
thing.
saying the fat guys with CPAPs also put fans at their feet and crank it to like 60.
That's
do
also
not-
because I think they have diabetes, though.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Is
Diabetes people run hot is what you mean? What
I
is
think
the
they
thing?
just get the sugar.
well,
foot.
typically, diabetes people are fat, so
It's true.
you're gonna run a
Okay, I
little
got
harder.
that. Also, the CPAP thing is
So-
crazy.
So
I'm not.
And also, fat people are more likely to snore as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
well,
So
Working on
what
the
I'm
figuring it
saying
the fuck
is,
out.
you're not going down the right path.
I'm working on the fat thing, dude. I'm
Great.
going in the right direction.
Yeah, I'm
The
saying
two
you
fans is
you're going to
wild.
end up being the guy with a CPAP machine
two
if you
fans is
don't.
wild.
figure
I'm
it out.
experienced for whatever my future may be. Is what I know.
Hmm.
You know. Silva versus Diaz. Look how old that banner is on the corner. It's crazy. Hey, that's a good pass right there.
That was
Just holding them
damn.
right in the mount. All right.
Hell.
Drop that dumb truck.
Did you watch Roadhouse?
I did.
You did? What'd you think?
Decent movie. Yeah.
Hey, we must have the same script.
Really?
He's just saying the same shit.
Sick. All right. Yeah.
No, yeah, go ahead though.
No, it's just a decent movie. I didn't think it was anything crazy. I didn't think it sucked. I didn't think it was amazing. I would watch it again.
Yeah, Jackie and I watched it, and there were some for us, it was fucking. I was laughing like a lot of the times. Like there was just a lot of really funny parts, and I was like, okay, this is good.
Yeah.
But just for the comedy side of it, at least. But
isn't it also weird that Jose Aldo was right next to D, like his wife? Like, why are they that close anyway? Shouldn't they have been on like opposite sides? That's kind of
I would think so.
Well, shit, dude.
I don't know.
Are you thinking about making a comeback on YouTube?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've really been enjoying those TikTok streams and just kind of debating people and getting their takes on things, and also seeing how like ridiculous some people's.
You should make those into YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to. Honestly, it's just
because I mean your content's good. Like we were watching your podcast when you were dropping them.
Yeah, the problem is like getting the people to be in these streams, and then a lot of them end up getting pissed off and just leaving in the middle of it, you know?
Yeah.
That's the hard part, is finding people that are willing to actually debate and not just get emotional and freak out and like, you're insecure, little dick energy, I'm out of here, fuck you, you know? So trying to find people that aren't going to do that and that'll actually like try to argue their point is really a struggle. But, and then as far as like doing stuff on my own, that's way harder than I thought, to like actually just talk to yourself. It's fucking crazy hard. It's
tough because like you're like, is this even one? Well, I guess a little different when I have to do like a solo or something, but you have a point of a thing you're talking about. I'm literally going.
Yeah. See,
I'm like, so blue's a crazy color.
I also like genuinely like to hear people's takes on shit.
Yeah,
too, you know what I mean, and break it down and be like, okay, this is where you're right, this is where you're wrong. And then kind of just go from there and see how it is. Because, like, dude, I could take the most ridiculous person in the world that everyone hates and still at least be like, okay, well, they're, like, thinking that they have logic in these spots, right? But 70% of the shit they say is absolutely ridiculous and stupid. But just because people don't like them and they said dumb shit doesn't mean that these things they say aren't correct. And that's another thing, like we were talking about earlier. I think that's a big problem with people today. It's like they have this idea that, like, if you don't like someone, that everything they say is invalid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's such a weird take to me. Like, I know Joe Rogan's a big person that a lot of people like that talk about.
Super, yeah.
Like, I keep seeing these stupid, like, memes or whatever. If he's a Joe Rogan fan, that's a red flag or whatever. And it's like, you're going to sit here and tell me that dude's not an intelligent guy? I'm not saying you have to agree with everything he says, but the dude is an intelligent guy, and the bandwidth he has in his brain to, like, store all the knowledge about the crazy shit he has.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that, like, there's nothing you can take from that guy. You don't have to like him.
That's true.
But you can still be like, okay, he is right. He does know about these things. You know what I mean? And I just think it's weird that people, like, disagree with people or hate them so much that they just, like, oh, no, there's nothing I can learn.
I think it's more controversial in your field.
Yeah.
Like the whole Fresh and Fit.
Yeah.
People...
Yeah. The Fresh and Fit, the Andrew Tate, all that. You know what I mean? It's like...
I don't know what it is, at least for me. I think Andrew Tate's way more on point than Fresh and Fit.
Yeah,
I think Fresh and Fit are just
aggressive. Fresh and Fit are very, very aggressive, and for sure, 90% of the time, the shit that they say, I'm like, all right, you guys are going past the limit.
Yeah.
However, again, going back to it, there is things that they say where I'm like, look, there might be being mean about this, but they are factually true. What they're saying is true.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're, in some of it, definitely, like, you can find that, okay, I see where he's coming from, but I think the way they go about it is it's aggressive, like you said, but that's all part of their... Because they clip all that shit, and that's what gets people angry. But
you have to boil it down yourself to get that out of what they're saying, which is the aggravating part to the people.
But that's what everything should be, right?
Well, you shouldn't just look
at something face value and
that's
go,
my
I
point.
believe all in this.
Well, it's just like with Andrew Tate.
But that's what guys do.
You're just going to take... oh, Andrew Tate's this and that. I don't like him. And it's like...
Which I will say, you did a really good job to us, and I wish it could have been translated a little better on the last podcast we did, but when you were like, he's actually a pretty good dude, because you didn't show us till we were done with the podcast and we were sitting around fucking off. You're like, look, there's a video, and you showed us the video of, like, Andrew Tate being a legit, genuinely great person to a lot of people for whatever this thing was, but people just clip him to make him look super bad.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that he hasn't said anything shitty.
Or done shitty things.
I'm not saying he hasn't done shitty things. But again, I can still break down things that, and you can still be motivated by someone just because you dislike them. Like, I know a kid that I used to mess with, that I worked with, and look, people were going to get upset, but I used to make fun of this kid all the time for being a fat loser. I always fucked with him. Every day I saw him at work, I would make fun of him for being a fat loser. And he, like, asked me one day, he was like, man, what do you want me to fucking do? And, like, I say jokingly, but it wasn't really jokingly. I was like, man, go listen to some Andrew Tate. Don't stop making excuses. Like, it was a joke, but not really. Bro, I didn't see the kid for, like, 6 months. Saw him 6 months later. Dude was fucking jacked, in shape. And I was like, I literally was like, what
this
the
is
fuck
Cam's
happened?
origin story.
I was like, what the fuck happened? And he goes, I started listening to Andrew Tate. And I'm like, okay, regardless of whether you think he's a piece of shit or an asshole or mean, this kid completely turned his life around. He's like a 18-year-old kid. Completely turned his life around because of some videos of words this guy said. So you can hate him all you want, but this dude...
I also feel like it's your own personal responsibility to take
what you will from it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's the
so,
problem.
like, if you take everything, that's a problem.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. And
people aren't willing to do that, though.
Well, and then, again, it's like, kind of like we touched on. It's like people see one clip or whatever, or a couple things that maybe they don't agree with, and then they think everything is like that.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, yeah, no, I'm done. And then... But if you really actually want to, I think you should form an opinion for yourself and not just listen to everything you hear. And
it's just like anything with what's going on in the world now, right? Like people get this idea, and they like if I were to go to
you grab one pussy,
if I were
and it's
to
like
go,
your whole presidential thing.
If I were to go, if we were to go to the mall right now, and I asked 10 different chicks, I was like, hey, do you like Andrew Tate? I guarantee you, at least 9 out of 10 would say no.
Yeah.
And if I asked all of them, name one quote word for word that he said that you don't like. I would wager $1,000 every single one of them doesn't name one actual word for word statement he said. Yeah. They'll say he hates women, and okay, he didn't say that. Yeah. He didn't do that. Like I told you about the video I was making of however many times Andrew Tate said woman, and I took the whole sentence. Did I tell you all about that?
I think you were texting me.
Mm-mm. So I didn't make it because it's like a shit ton of editing, but I took the last 1,000 sentences that Andrew Tate had the word woman in it. Mm-hmm. The last 1,000 sentences. And it was like 867 of them were positive sentences. Yeah. It was like, women are the most precious thing in the world. Women should be taken care of. Women should only have to work if they want to. And so on. And only like a very small portion were things that could be seen as negative, right? Yeah. And I'm like, okay, so this is kind of my point. Like, you want to just focus on the small things and just judge someone completely off of it. Again, I agree that he said some fucked up things. But I also think that was his thing, too. Like, that's how he got people's attention.
That's also true. I mean, there was a time where literally anything you scrolled on was
crazy.
Him.
And, and he was very smart about how he would get your attention. Like, one example that worked so well at the very beginning of the video was men are better than women. Yeah. And people were like, wait, what the fuck? Yeah. Now, here's the thing. 90% of people are going to scroll past it and be like, oh, this guy fucking sucks. But if you listen to what he says in that, he makes sense as far as why he said that. And people are like, what? How can you make sense about that? But what he ended up saying is, as a woman, you should find and pick a man that is better than you in every regard so that he can lead you and take you in the right path of life. So he needs to be smarter than you. He needs to have more experience than you. He needs to make more money than you so that he can take care of you. He needs to be more responsible, etc. Which by definition means he's better than you. Even though, again, this goes back to the words that people don't like the words that you use, but that quite literally means that person is better than you.
It's crazy. Like you definitely like cling on to every word, like how girls are so crazy about fucking Taylor Swift. Yeah, but they don't. Hold on, let's dig into this a little bit. Dude. But look, Taylor can't be that great because why is she going from guy to guy to guy to guy?
Why? Because they all did her wrong.
No.
Of course,
they all did her wrong.
What if she's not doing something?
No,
Maybe
that's the fucking
that's the whole
maybe
thing.
point.
maybe
But
she-
this goes
what I
back
just
to
said.
what we're
hey, I was
talking
getting
about.
to a joke. It's fine.
Go ahead, let it go.
It's bad now.
No, go for it.
What if she's not doing something in the relationship, or what if she's bad at that thing?
What thing you talking about? Ball? Yeah. I mean, I think she's just handsy. I think that's it. I don't think she does anything.
This goes back to what we were talking about, though,
Long back.
where these people just don't take accountability.
Yeah.
Right? They think that they should be able to get whoever they want, and then it's like, all right, well, what do you bring to the table? Nothing.
Well, let's be real. She brings quite a bit to the table.
Yeah,
She
no, I'm
brings
not,
all the money in the world.
I'm talking
Dollars.
about the people that look up to her.
Yeah.
She
though.
basically
yeah.
owns
And
Target.
I'm saying I'm talking about the fucking the chick that works at Limited 2 that's like, oh, I'm going to be like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I want a guy that makes $100,000. And it's like, okay,
Yeah.
well,
What are you doing?
what are you doing? Because
Yeah.
I see you at the club on Instagram every Thursday and Friday hanging out with random dudes. So why am I going to pick you? Oh, you're going to pick me for me. Well, that doesn't make any fucking sense. I busted my ass to make 6 figures, so you're going to have to do more than that.
Yeah.
But again, people don't like that.
Yeah.
But dudes suck too. I'm gonna keep saying it because they're bringing back, oh, this dude's fucked up. No, dudes fucking suck too. There's a big problem with dudes not being fucking men and not having a mindset to be able to just get through everyday life, right?
Yeah.
So, absolutely, men also suck.
Yeah, man. I mean,
that's the crazy thing, bro. I can make
It's a yin and yang thing.
Well-
We both suck. We both have good people. It's like
for sure. But the problem is, at least with me, is dude, I'll do these streams with just guys. I'll get like 4 guys in, and I had one stream where this pale fat dude was like, man, I don't know what to do, man. I just feel like a loser. I can't get any girls. And I'm like, all right, well, what do you do? Where do you work? And he was like, I work at Walgreens. And I was like, all right, well, do you go to the gym? No. I was like, well, what do you do for fun? I play video games. And I'm like, all right, cool. So you are a fucking loser. There's your answer. You work at Walgreens, you make fucking $10 an hour, you don't go to the gym, and you play video games all fucking day, and eat hot Cheetos and drink Mountain Dew. You're a fucking loser. That's why you're not getting chicks, because you are indeed a loser. So, find a better job, make more money, get in better shape, don't fucking waste your time playing video games all the time, cut it in half and start learning a new skill. Guess what? You're not a loser, you're getting chicks. Answers. Boom, there you go.
you're getting.
well,
chicks.
and I think honestly,
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Nothing happened when I do
Yeah.
that. But if I tell a girl, if I have the next stream where I have a chick in and she's like, I don't understand why I'm not getting
Yeah.
guys. And I'm like, well, you need to lower your standards because you're 35, you have a kid with another guy that's no longer in the picture. You're not as attractive as you used to be. You're older, etc. Banned.
There's
Immediately.
this
It's
and
like,
a-
wait a minute.
it is funny how I mean it. Like thinking about it, how you can, like even just fucking around, right? Like you're fucking around with your homies.
Yeah.
And you're like, this guy fucking sucks. You know, like fuck this guy, right?
Mhm.
And he's like one of your buddies. Like you can do that, right?
Yeah.
But with girls, it doesn't work that way.
No, not
you
at
know
all.
what I mean? Which I don't know why.
Hold on, you mean like from a guy to a girl?
I
Like,
don't
yo,
think
this
it
bitch
matters. I
sucks?
think
No,
both
I think
ways.
either way.
I think both ways.
I think
yes.
girls get on girls.
Nah,
Maybe,
dude,
but not
I
in
think,
the
I think
same- I
chick
don't-
friends lie to their chick friends a lot.
I think so. I think that's true.
You look great in that.
Yeah.
Wear that
See,
out.
I think there's
All
a
right.
lot more.
He might got
and
a
I'm not
point.
trying to be a dick, like by any means, but I think there is a lot more like pettiness in that. You know what I mean?
Well, that's just how it's how. Look,
I
men-
will say when
men
a
and women are
dude's looking good, another dude will be like, "Damn,
Yeah,
dog,
but
that's
let's be
good."
real. If Cody walked in here in a ridiculous ass outfit, we were about to go
What the
out. Me and
fuck?
you would both be like, "Go fucking change,
What are
bro."
you doing, dude? It's his first.
You're not
time
gonna be
out.
around us like that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
He's wearing an
if
entire
if it
basketball
was
uniform.
chicks, if it was chicks, it could be you could be 300 pounds, have that belly out
Yeah.
there, be like, "Slay queen, let's go."
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
that-
saying.
It's
like,
wild.
That's definitely.
It's wild.
You won me over on that. That is actually really true. But and, you know, we're not part of the privacy of like how they might get at each other. But I will say, I don't know what it is about dudes. That is our culture to
Oh, yeah.
break each other down,
Yeah.
but also be like, all right, dude,
But like be there
But-
for you.
and
cute
that's-
as hell right
and that's
now.
I think
the
that's
thing, though,
supposed to
but-
be. I think that's the way it's supposed to be.
That's exactly the
Yeah.
thing. Is it is supposed to be that way, but the problem is now came because I'll just fucking say it. But the problem is now because we're like, oh, we're equal, right? Men and women are equal. Well, the reason that we weren't equal, first off, if you believe in chivalry, then you don't think that we're equal because chivalry is literally based on a woman being different than a man. I'm
Yeah.
treating you different because you're a woman. So
Yeah.
you can't be like, oh, we're equal, but I want you to be chivalrous, hold the door for me, do this for me, right? It doesn't make sense. But the problem is, yes, that is supposed to happen, but now that we're equal, everyone's confused because they're like, wait, well, we hold each other more accountable, and we're a little more mean to each other. And we didn't do that to women because we treated them differently.
Yeah.
We were chivalrous to them. So now they expect the other things to be equal. So they're like, wait, well, if this is equal, why can't I treat you this way because I treat guys this way? And so now it's just this huge cluster.
Yeah.
So
the classic argument that I love that gets thrown out there a lot, and I know it's thrown out by these people that we think are dumb or whatever, but is like, you expect me to protect you, don't you?
yeah.
That's a very good argument.
Well, and that's also one of the, I've said that before, and they're like, oh, you're talking about a 1 in a million. And again, it doesn't matter till it
doesn't
matters.
matter. Yeah.
It doesn't matter till it
Yeah.
matters. All right. I bet if you go to a chick that had someone break into her house and her husband came downstairs and beat that dude's ass,
Yeah.
and you went up to her and said that, she'd be like, hell yeah, that matters. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
a lot of people
Or-
want to say it doesn't matter till it matters. You know,
Here's a
so.
real life example. Somebody I know that was a girl got in a car wreck, and I was their first call for me to come help.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Well, that's just here's
Like,
the thing,
and
man.
I want that role.
Yeah.
I want
Oh,
to do
yeah.
that. I
But-
want
and
to
that
be
goes
like
into the
there for
problems
you.
with men. So again, I'll scoot over to the men's side now. Most fucking kids growing up don't. How you just said, I want that. I want
Yeah.
that duty. I
That's
want that
lost
role. That's
now.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These boys are growing up and they don't feel like they have duties anymore, and they don't feel like they have to do these certain things, and that's a huge problem with men, and that's why these chicks aren't able to find good guys, because they're growing up so shitty and think they don't have to do these things.
Yeah.
But they need to learn that the answer to that isn't sleeping around with 7,000 dudes until they find the right one.
Honestly, dude. The
So
way
it's a circle where everybody's fucking.
Honestly, dude.
Honestly,
fucking,
dude.
if I'm gonna be real with you, dudes, for real,
I'm be-
for like
I'm
fucking
gonna be
for
straight
10
up,
seconds,
dude.
for real, I'm gonna be honest as hell. What is it, dude?
You good now? No, the way things have been recently, and like just how the younger generation I
It's
feel like is
crazy.
growing up, it's made me want to be a father less.
Oh,
Yeah.
Which is
100%.
why
Kids aren't
because
getting
I-
licensed. They're
100%.
not getting jobs.
Dude, I like when I was growing up, like even when I was like 15, I was like, I want to be a good dad because my dad was a good dad, and I was like,
Yeah.
I think that would be really cool to be a dad and like be a good dad.
be better always.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like now it's like, dude, I don't even know if I
Dude.
want to bring a kid into this world.
Dude, I'm not.
You know what I
can be
mean?
fun.
I was
Like,
trying to tell Derek about it, and he was like, "Dude, I just don't think people are like that." And I'm like, "Dude, you don't understand the younger generation, dude.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
great. Like if you listen
it's
to some of my
scary.
streams, it's full of 20-year-old dudes that are just like, man, I'm just trying to hook up with a whole bunch of chicks.
It's fucking scary, dude.
And then a whole bunch of chicks that are like, I don't need no man. I don't care. I'm just having fun, living my best life. And it's just like,
Yeah.
y'all don't even realize you're just
The
fucking
disconnect,
yourself when you
yeah.
become an actual adult.
right,
Like,
which
you're
is,
s-
I mean, now. I
It'll-
mean,
it
like y'all are
happens very
21,
soon.
dude.
Very
you gotta
soon.
be figuring your
Well, that's
shit
the
out.
thing. They think because again, it's been pushed at like, oh, just enjoy it, have your
Yeah.
fun, make that bag, do your
Well-
own thing, whatever. Don't worry about what other people think. Blah, blah. Okay, and it's not about whether that's right or wrong.
Right.
Tell me how that works when you're 35.
Right, and I think that like, and we've kind of talked about it before. Is like I think your 20s are, and I'm kind of talking more in the career aspect of things, not in the relationship and like moral side of things. I think is that like your 20s and your career, you're still figuring it the fuck out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you're trying, you've got a good idea, but you kind of are trying different things, and you're trying to get everything your ducks in a row, basically, right? And then your 30s is like really when you're barreling shit down and you're making your money and you're doing your damn thing. But like, I mean, the kids that are 18 and 20 now
Yeah.
that are still doing this shit, it's like, dude, it's like when I was fucking 16, I started working. And then
Yeah.
I graduated high school and I went and started working 60 hours a week in a restaurant. Like,
Yeah.
that, I feel like a lot of that is gone, and now it's just, go do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
And you
go
can't even
party
imagine. You can't even imagine. All we know is how we feel right now, right?
Yeah.
And we have drive. Can you imagine being yourself without drive?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's just, but
That's
it's 'cause
what
it's
it is
not
now.
pushed. It's
Yeah.
not put that for either side. Which, and people disagree, but in my opinion, I think as far as guys and girls, I think what should be pushed to the like young generation is completely different. But neither of them are pushed is the problem, right?
Yeah.
Like in my opinion, you should push to a guy. Let's say he's out of high school. You should push him. Hey, the next 7 years, put your head down, focus on what you're going to do, become financially stable, and experience things, learn how to communicate, talk to a lot of different people, experience all this different shit, make a lot of money, That's what you need to put your head down and think about. Don't think about partying, banging chicks. Don't think about any of that. Focus on this. That will set you up to where now you're in your late 20s, early 30s. Now you can get the type of girl that you want.
Yeah.
Now, the caveat of that, as a chick, you're kind of lucky, right? You got a cheat code. You got two options. You can simply stay pretty and find a guy that will do everything for you, as long as you keep your, value. As long as you keep your value as a woman and you don't fuck that up, then you have a cheat code to make it through life. I'm not saying every chick should do that. So we should just be robots. No, I'm not saying every chick should do that. But you do have the luxury of having that cheat code.
You've got the option.
If you don't want to do that, totally fine. Then guess what? You do what I just said the guy's supposed to do. Put your head down, focus on what you want to do, find a way to make money, find a way to be happy and experience things and understand how life truly works. But, again, you have that luxury of that cheat code to where if you don't want to do that, all right, cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Do everything to where that guy that I just talked about that started at 20 and is now 30 because he put his head down, now he's going to want you as a 20-year-old chick because you haven't done anything to fuck that up and you're the type of chick that he wants.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess people listening, I don't want people to think that we're shit talking either of those options. Because, obviously you got them. You know what I mean? Do what you want to do.
You're free to take either one.
I mean, fuck, yeah. Whatever you want to do, obviously. But,
I think the only thing that's pushed upon the dudes, or in our culture in general, but, is to gain clout, gain popularity. Yeah. That is the only driving factor.
There is a lot of that, walking into a place and the owner knows you or whatever.
Right.
Or that kind of shit.
I was going a step beyond that because that seems a little more level with the world. That's walk around money. Yeah. I'm talking people are get a YouTube, get popular, get huge on Instagram, get numbers. You got to collab with these other content creators. Yeah, no, you're talking in the real world. Yeah. That is fun.
No,
I think that's still fun.
I think that follows along with that. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. Being driven, making money, helping the community.
That's the new age drive, though. It's clout.
Yeah.
Which I think that's something that every guy biologically, I think men crave status to an extent. Obviously, it can go too far, like you're talking about. But I think every guy wants status, right?
For sure.
You can't lie if you walk in somewhere with your girl beside you and fucking every dude in the bar is like, "Oh, what's up, man?" That gives you that feeling of I don't know. You know what I mean?
Respect.
I don't want to say alpha, but you know what I mean? That gives you that feeling.
There's
there's
a feeling that comes.
Yeah, and I think guys.
Social.
Yeah, I think guys are biologically that's just how we're wired. We're into that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, but I do think people have taken it to an past the line as far as that goes. Yeah. Because they took that far, but then they got rid of all the things that actually matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Way too far on one end.
I know this gets talked about a lot. I'm not going to say that. That's good. No. Is there anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No, I want to know what that was about.
I don't want to be the one to say it, so it's not really my realm of things. But okay, I'll tee you up and you'll know where this is going.
Give me a little alley.
This is said a lot on the Joe Rogan podcast, but he's in a lot of cultures that have happened before ours that have gone extinct, the last thing that they are really playing around with is
women in power.
No.
That's actually a for real thing, though. I mean, you could get mad, but it's
about something else being fluid.
Oh, gender fluid?
Yes, so that
I thought that was a new thing. Now
it is.
So what do you mean things have...
Oh, you're talking about in Rome and shit. Whenever guys started dressing as
what I'm getting at is what Joe and the people he has on that are experts in the field of history.
Historic.
I was gonna say historians, but then I
no, we saw it.
Okay. Anyways,
we watched it happen.
Historians speak on this, and they say that cultures become so highly advanced in a lot of areas that options become too readily available.
Yeah.
And that's one of the last identifying factors of fallen kingdoms or civilizations is that being. And I don't even know why I brought it up.
Well, I mean, it goes back to what we were talking about at the very beginning.
I'm a head out.
Well, it goes back to what we were talking about at the very beginning, where you think the grass is greener. You always think you can get better, and that's what social media is.
And that's what I'm.
And that's why relationships are shit now, or that's why relationships aren't even happening. Because, dude, imagine being an 18-year-old girl, and you're getting dudes that are taking you out on yachts. You're getting dudes that are buying you bags. You're getting a different guy taking you out to $100 dinner every single week. Why the hell are you going to commit to a guy when that's the life you're living, right? The problem is there's no one out there that's telling these chicks the truth of the matter, and that is when you get older, that ends, and it's going to be too late to find someone by then. Because apparently that's a fucked up thing to say, but that's the absolute truth of the matter. And then they're going to get old and think that they lived it up, but then the next 50 years are going to suck because they didn't actually put in time to try to find something that was going to benefit them for the rest of their life, which is children, marriage, all that, right?
Not that this is like new age, but like I have personal experience from this exact issue, and that's my mom. Every relationship she ever got in, if she was in a successful like dating relationship and she wanted to get married, they'd get married. And she just couldn't handle grass being green where she was.
Oh, dude, that...
She was married 5 times, and now she is alone.
Well, same thing for my mom. It's the same exact thing, which is so funny because people are always like, dude, how'd you get this mindset? You must have grown up, like, around your dad, and you must have learned, like, this type of mindset and figured out, like... And I'm like, no, not at all. I didn't have a dad growing up at all. I saw it because I saw everything that my mom did wrong, right? I was like, Jesus Christ, right? Like, and
she would have amazing dudes. Like, there'd be some dudes where I'm like...
And, my mom had good guys and shitty dudes. But that's what I'm saying. Sure. I don't know how, but as a kid, I was just smart enough to start identifying these things. And the crazy thing is, I was smart enough, even at a young age, to identify, like, my mom was wrong. Which, as a kid, you don't want to think that. But I was smart enough to be like, oh, damn, my mom's playing wrong right now.
Yeah, see, my parents' divorce, I think I was in it, like, I was kind of that 12, like, I guess it started when I was probably 10. But, like, kind of happened right before high school. And, like, even then, even throughout the separation and, like, seeing how shitty they were to each other and whatnot, it made me kind of pick out the things that I got from my dad and I got from my mom. We're like, okay, I see myself doing that and it causing problems between them. And so at a young age, it kind of made me think about, like, okay, well, these things could cause problems down the road in a relationship. And I have to, like, and I feel like I've done a pretty good job of trying to handle those things and, like, figure out what, you know, like, kind of how they could cause issues. But it was kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, obviously this isn't a healthy thing to have in a relationship. I mean, you know. Right. And so trying to kind of battle those younger, which, I don't know, maybe fucked me up more, but, you know.
You said that happened when you were, like, in high school?
Well, they separated my summer after middle school. So I was in middle school, they separated the summer, and then I went to high school. So I was 12.
So yeah. Do you think it would have... Because I always try to talk to people about this when their parents are divorced. Do you think it would have had, like, less... I don't want to say effect, because that makes you sound like a bitch, but... do you think it would have had less effect if that would have happened after you graduated high school? Like, do you think you would... What do you think would have been a little different? Do you think it would have taught you anything different, I guess?
I mean, it depends, right? Like, it depends if their relationship was healthy through high school. If it was healthy, I think it would have been great because it was a weird jump from my middle school of 4 people to a high school of 400 people. Yeah. Like, you know, that was fucked up. That was weird.
Like, did you get to see your dad after this
fairly
often?
Yeah, we were week on, week off. But, like, you know, I think if their relationship was good, I think it would have been good for my high school days. I think I would have been a little bit more in tune with, like, getting better grades and doing more in school.
Well,
I'm glad they did it when they did because I wouldn't have wanted to go on any longer.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The only reason I asked is because I have, like, kind of a controversial take where I think, like, you should stick it out until the kid's off. And a lot of people disagree with that.
Yeah.
But at least for me, like, even if I absolutely hate my relationship, if I had a kid, I would for sure be like, no, I'm going to stick it out until...
I get that. And I understand where you're coming from.
I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that that's what everyone should do. I'm just saying that's what I would do. Right. I would say, look, I would talk to my wife and be like, look, I get that we got our shit, but we fucking made this kid.
Right. Yeah.
And we're going to finish this out. We're going to finish this out. When our kid graduates and he doesn't live with us...
Then
fine, but until then, we need to figure.
Word.
Yeah,
but that's a fair take. If you're gonna say, fuck no, I don't want no kids, then I'd be like, shut the fuck up.
Especially a son. especially a son, because
Yeah.
I think like those years from like 12 to like 17,
Big deal.
very important for the father to be as involved as possible.
Well, and I think honestly that is what made me mature so much.
Yeah.
Because when like I have an older brother who's 33, but when they split, my mom moved out. You know, my dad still had the house that we grew up in. But when my mom moved out, my older brother was in jail. So for those first 2 years of high school, it was me, my little brother, and my little sister with my mom. And my mom didn't date anybody. Like, she wasn't, you know, like, it was her and us. So, like, even though I was 13 or whatever, I kind of had to, like, grow the fuck up and be like, yeah, okay, everything's going to be fine. And, like, talk to my, you know, my younger brother and sister. So I think it made me actually grow up fast.
Yeah.
Because
no, and it
of
will.
that.
I mean, kind of the same thing with me and Derek. Like, our dad died when I was 4, so Derek was 9, right? So, he kind of automatically had to start playing that, like, big brother role.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Which I think you can kind of see in Derek.
Yeah,
He kind of has that. He carries that maturity level.
But it is
definitely.
kind of crazy. Like, people tell me all the time, like, it's really weird the type of mindset you developed, and then seeing that, like, how you grew up. Like, you grew up with just your mom and your brother. You know what I mean? Like, my mindset's a little different. Like, everyone's like, "Oh, you must have been all about your dad. You probably didn't even live with your mom." And I'm like, "No, literally the opposite." You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know. I think the mindset's important, and I was just curious about it because I always ask people whenever they have parents that go through divorce. I'm like, because I just wonder. I don't know. I think I personally would stick it out and be like, look, this isn't about me or you right now.
Yeah.
We got 4 years to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
understand that for sure. But
Is there anything you want to shout out before we get out of here? Anything you want to plug?
I mean, just make sure you follow Little Guy Jits on YouTube, on Instagram, on everything.
I'm glad y'all picked that back up.
Yeah.
It felt like it went stagnant a little bit.
It did. Well, we didn't post for a while, man. I just got so busy, man. It just was nonstop traveling, and I got like a different role with the company I'm in, and then so. But yeah, we're back on that, So that's fun. Other than that, man, that's pretty much it.
Oh yeah. Y'all are gonna swap seats real quick, and you're gonna sign the wall.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna grab one of these metal markers, one of those that look like that, and we're gonna shout out our sponsors before we get out of here. If you need some dope ass jiu-jitsu gear, everything. Oh, this sale might be over already. I'm not gonna say that then. SPS 10 at checkout at ALEFL.com gets you some of the dopest gear from a lifestyle experiment.
Yeah, dog. That's our buddy Rich Chemleski.
Yeah.
Everything you can really imagine. No gi stuff. They do lifestyle stuff like sweatpants and hoodies and all that kind of stuff. Do some gi stuff as well. So anytime you see us rolling, we are rocking a lifestyle experiment. So definitely check them out. On Instagram at a lifestyle experiment or online at ALEFL.com. Like he said, SPS 10 gets you 10% off at checkout. You can also sign up for their email list, so anytime they have kind of smaller drops, limited edition stuff,
Or
you'll
flash
get emails.
sales.
Yeah, flash sales, any of that kind of stuff. You'll get an email notifying you, so you can get take an eye on it. Get an eye on it. Oh, dude, whatever.
Fucking
yeah, let it rip, dude. A
I
lifestyle
thought you were about to give me
experiment.
that purple belt for a second. I was like, damn, I knew Sean was up to something.
yeah, no. But also our main sponsor, which is super dope, and we need to get fucking Hilton in there to finish this sleeve of his. I don't know what
Sad boy sleeve or whatever it is.
Yeah.
What did
no,
someone
what
call
what is that called?
Soft boy sleeve.
Soft boy sleeve. And then she called it something else too. But yeah, you got the soft boy sleeve. We need to get that finished, like ASAP. You need to schedule something with them.
I do, but now it's like damn near summertime. I'm gonna be sweating like a motherfucker out on the boat and playing golf all
you
the
got to
time.
do it when you're fat and it's winter. You got to get all your work in, and then you get shredded and
Yeah.
Johnny Mumbles at Tattoos at Sacred Ground Tattoo Studio. He's the place to go, dude. He's the place to be.
He's the man to see.
Man to see, place to be, eyes on the fucking, the sky's prize.
Yeah, dude. One of the dopest fucking studios in Pensacola, by the way.
Absolutely.
If y'all are from Pensacola or born and raised, you'll know where John Lennon's Rolls Royce is, right in front of 3 Mile Bridge. So he's he's posted up in one of those offices down there. One of the coolest views from his studio, looking over the bay and 3 Mile Bridge all lit up. It's fucking sweet. And just such a good-ass dude. That studio's got some of the best vibes in Pensacola anywhere. And just a super dope-ass dude, so.
And they got a few people coming in the next few months to guest spot. They have this dude coming from the UK. I think his handle is Dark Day Tattooer.
Oh, I saw that somewhere.
Yeah. And he does some crazy shit. He's got a chest. I mean, by the time this comes out, it's probably going to already been taken. But he's wanting to do this chest piece where it's like the
Geometric.
But you know where it's like, it's the new style with tattooing that people are getting all over in their filler and shit.
Yeah.
He's wanting to do a huge dude chest piece. So he's going to be here an extra day and he wants to get that done. But, yeah, dude, check the Sacred Ground Tattoo Studio page on Instagram for all the people coming through, because you get world-class people dropping in for like a week at a time, so you can get some work in while you don't have to go to London to get it, you know?
Yeah.
Can't thank you enough for coming on, dude.
For sure.
Yeah, bro.
Always a pleasure. You know, it was cool to have you on as well.
Yeah, it was nice to have you, this guest on.
Yeah,
also, I am going to get on the Summit card in Biloxi in a month. So
sweet.
Make sure you guys tune in. So
you
can
did
see me.
get on it for sure?
I think so. They're trying to find me. I told them I'd go all the way up to Brown Belt 135. So
when is that, Matt?
June something. I'd have to look. I think it's like the second weekend of June.
Well, he's in Biloxi every other day.
Yeah, I was about to say, are y'all staying over there?
Probably. I will, yeah. Probably.
You trying to stay?
I'm on to go over there. And I want to, yeah.
Tune in with some. Come see TP, probably a TP or buggy or something crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Do a TP buggy.
I love it.
Create
buggy,
something.
It's a buggy.
It's a tuggy.
Ooh. All right, he went Diddy on.
No, I'm gonna go kill somebody, take somebody's name. You know what I'm saying?
Here
The most dangerous 115er in the world. So
135.
Oh, shout out to the people at Team Training that got their belts. Josh
and Noah,
and Noah got their blues. You got Frank got his purple.
Yeah.
Who else from Gulf Shores? Seth got
Big
his
Seth,
blue.
Yeah. Yep, Seth got his blue, and then Chandler got his blue.
And Chandler got his blue. Fucking hey, Chandler, come see me anytime, any day. It's on site. Nothing nice. You hear me?
He's pretty sure he's a child, but
I know, but
it's okay.
He'd be
There's
fucking
no
talking.
need for all that,
hey,
right?
when we roll, he'd be talking that shit into my ear. He'd be like, "You look cute
I hate
as
when
fuck,
people talk
bro."
shit when they roll.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Anyways, shout out to the team and everybody that got promoted. Shout out to Sean for the seminar. It was amazing. Absolutely some pressure passing that is going to fuck you up if you ever step foot back on the mats. I'm just going to fucking body you.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Your little sweet-ass guard that you got going on,
dude,
I'm going to hurt that thing.
Ooh. What's that bottom one down there?
It's not yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's on the board, so I was just
That's
checking.
why it's a little
All right,
covered up.
dog. Well, thanks for coming and hanging out. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you guys for listening. We're getting the fuck out of here.